I don't know what happened.
I'm sorry, I'm having a technical problem here. My IT travel. Like Hida was showing the thing right now, but he can't play with anything now because he's not by his computer. So you see the phone right here not setting up. That's a serious technical problem. But when the echo going back now is better. Or we'll start when the others come in, then we'll go from there. Are you serious? We're live now? Zaipo, you click live? Jesus. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the delay. This is what's a Gede. Again, sorry for any inconvenience. We coming here late. As I was saying, I know you guys got everything. I you have a technical issue. My crew in Liberia. Had a little problem. My IT is not around. So we'll have few difficulty here today, but I think you're seeing this setup. It's not correct. But we can work with it. So again, sorry, this is us. 88.5 FM in Zwedu Gedeh County. Now we can be monitored on via Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Instagram. So when you go to YouTube, you tap Voice of Gedeh, FMZ. We'll be here all live. So you can subscribe as well on the YouTube. So you will be able to access all anytime we come on. So we appreciate you if you share the show as well. So share the show. We about to start. Even though we are a bit late, but we're about to start. Now we got our guests here. We stay awaiting two of our panelists. But we will start when they come on. They will meet us. So again, by the way, introduction. Put my phone in here. Okay, I'm Omega Color. Your host. Gede. And we'll be asking our crew in Zwedu Gedeh County. The one in studio now to please introduce himself.
Thank you. It's a good thing that we are part of the team today to discuss Grand Gedeh County and the war at large. I'm Nyong'o City, along with my colleague here, Louis Zaipo, representing the team from Grand Gedeh County, live from studio.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys should play with your lot of echo in the background there. I don't know what you're doing down there. So the one you log in with first, if it's not working, you gotta power it off. You can get two device on at the same time. I think that's where the problem coming from. So I keep hearing myself, the echo keep coming. So either the tablet you guys turn off or you turn the computer off. One of them gotta be off completely because the echo is too much.
How are you getting already? Are we still noting the feedback?
A lot. Whatever he was trying to lock on the tablet first, let him off completely. The tablet off completely.
Tablet is off.
Okay. So you guys monitoring? In studio?
Yeah.
You can monitor it at the same time where you there.
No, you can monitor it at the same time where you there. So that way, please.
So you only relay on your radio
there, and then you keep your
headphone
on.
This is bad today, though. Hello? Okay. We'll start with our brother Honorable Towa. Our guest. Introduce yourself, please.
All right. My name is Paul Alex Toba, panelist.
Thank you, sir. And our platform guest.
My name is Jacob. Panelist.
Thank you, sir. Welcome. Okay, while we are with the other two, like I say, I don't know what we're going on today, but this is completely bad. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our viewer, our follower, and to our listener, and around the world. Again, we have Mr. Tombo here. Is our guest. And today we'll be discussing the commissioner for land mines.
Land Authority.
Excuse me? Oh, Land Authority. Thank you. Yeah, the Minister for Land Authority. When the Grand Gedeh County Land Cycle came about, that went on air or called a press conference with his immediate dismissal of employees that work with land mines.
Land Authority.
Land.
Okay, I gotta work it. Land
Okay,
authority.
I gotta
Thank
work
you.
it.
I think I
Land
will get it this
authority.
time around.
I think I'll get it
Thank
this
you,
time
sir.
around. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now
Okay, that work with land
we'll be
authorities.
discussing
We'll be discussing
the land in question,
the land in question,
the dismissal
dismissal
of
of
the employee of
the
land
employee of
authority,
land authority,
and
and
revoking
revoking
the deed
the deed
that was signed
that was
according to
signed
him,
according to him,
and some other
and
issue.
some
Got
other
all the
issue. We
documents
got
here
all the
tonight
documents here tonight
that will be
that will be
displaying for you
displaying
to
for you
see,
to see,
and you'll be listening
and
to
you'll be listening to
Mr. Toward tonight,
Mr. Toward tonight,
who will be
who will be
elaborating on
elaborating on
mostly his dismissal that was
mostly his
not part of
dismissal that was not part of
the Grand Gede land
the
issue,
Gedeh land issue,
but we don't know how he
but we don't know how
to
he came
being
to being
announced during
announced during the
commissioner press
commissioner
conference.
press conference.
So again,
So
welcome,
again,
Mr.
welcome,
Toward.
Mr. Toward.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We
we got your letter
got your
here.
letter here.
Can you please
Can
tell
you please
us
tell us
briefly
briefly
about your
about
dismissal
your
from
dismissal
land authority?
from land authority?
Well, thank you very much, honorable host. Actually, my dismissal is very surprising to my very self and all of those who learn about it. Stay confused on why I was actually dismissed. Thank God you got a copy of my letter. Just briefly, it says, Mr. Paul Alex Tauber, you are hereby dismissed as Assistant Director for Land Dispute, Alternative Dispute Resolution Division, effective October 30th, 2025. Your dismissal is consistent with Chapter 4H of the Standing Order for CSA for releasing an ADR report document without the knowledge of the head of the entity involving two sand mining companies in the New Georgia Township, one of which is operating with an expired squatter right permit. So like you heard my dismissal letter, it has absolutely nothing to do with the Grand Land Saga. Absolutely. It has nothing to do with it. But at the press conference, the chairman of the Liberal Land Authority, Samuel Bakio, he made it to appear that the dismissed officials were a part and parcel Grand Gede land syndicate, which of course he did some deed to Grand Gede, and that initiated the entire Burkinabe's land saga in Grand Gede. That's how it appeared. Before I got home, my home was already packed. Friends and family members were there and curious to know what was the issue, what was my involvement in Grand Gede. And absolutely, my dismissal and all of those dismissed along with me, it has nothing absolutely to do with the Grand Gede Burkinabe's land saga.
Thank you. So
Thank you. So,
indeed, according to the
indeed,
letter,
according to the letter,
it has nothing
it
to
has
do with
nothing to
Grand Gede
do with the
land.
Grand Gede land.
So how come
So how come
when you were
when you
dismissed,
were dismissed,
the minister didn't call
the
a press
minister didn't
conference,
call
or
a
you
press
and your
conference, or
colleague,
you and your
the minister were not
colleague,
able to
the minister were
call
not
a
able to
press
call
conference
a
to
press conference to
announce you guys
announce
dismissal?
you guys'
Why he
dismissal?
waited for the
Why he
Grand
waited
Gede
for the
issue?
Grand Gede issue?
Is that something you
Well,
want to talk
Do you
about?
want to talk about?
Yeah, sure. So you see, at the land authority, I was responsible to investigate land and related matters. So obviously, you would understand with such a cynical land transaction ongoing with the land authority, it would my expertise will actually be needed to dig out the facts as it relates to the transaction with this land. So any administrator for that matter, you want to first of all silence whoever you know with the expertise to dig out the fault in the transaction that has to do with me. So my belief is because of such people like for me, I was immediately signaled out and dismissed, without doing anything wrong. I've been working with the land authority from the land commission. I was one of the first 10 to 15 employees of the land commission when we were formed. After the tenure of land commission expired, we had an interim land task force with only 21 employees remaining on board. I was among those, and the formulation of the land, I was on board. So when Liberia formation placed into formation, Hector, I happens to be one of those who was on board from the initial process, who's through the entire land system at the Liberia Land Authority. So I think anybody coming into land authority, something on their sleeves, you want to get rid of people like us, of land matters as related to this country.
So are you saying because
Are you saying
of
because
the Grand Gede land
of
issue
the Grand
and
land
because of
issue and because of
the vast knowledge or experience you have
the
in there,
vast
that's why
knowledge or experience you
the
have in there, that's why
commissioner decided to
the
kick you off?
commissioner decided to kick you out?
But obviously, there is nothing else you will expect me to think about, especially if I will be dismissed because of not giving a report to the chairman, and I don't report to the chairman. The case referred to was a case I handled at the time. He was not a chairman. The acting chairman at the time, now vice chairman, was the one who initiated that investigation. I did that investigation, sent to him the draft. He approved the draft, did the final report, sent copy of the final report, and that matter went closed. So it baffled me if the present chairman will want to use a case that he was never chairman at the time that got concluded. And even the vice chair confronted him and said, no, this case was handled on me, and Mr. Talbot did what he could do based on my instruction. So still want to hold that in constant and dismiss an employee who have never been warned, even verbally on the job. It baffled me as well. And especially to call a press conference with the Grand Gede land issue, from Liberian people that you were misled by the citizen of Grand Gede and authority of land authority, and to have led to have caused you to sign a deed, and you named those who I dismissed and suspended. Everyone went with the notion that our dismissal was in line with the Grand Gede land saga. And those are the things I'm here to discuss. Discuss the fault in the Grand Gede land transaction. I got with me here issue to the Grand Gede, the fault in the deed, and my own intake as it relates to why such a and the role the land authority chairman play in such a transaction that is yet to be known by most of Liberia and especially the people in Grand Gede.
So speaking on the deed that you get before
So
you, the land that
speaking
was
on the
given
deed that you get before you,
Yeah.
the land that was given
uh that was sold to
uh,
Honorable Grain
that was sold
by the
to
commission. Can you
Gede
go over that deed since you in
Yeah.
that area? Can
commission.
you please go in detail and explain to
Okay,
us
since
the deed
you
that you just
in that area,
presented?
can you please go and explain to us the deed that you just presented?
All right. Thank you. So if you first look at It says a development grant from the Republic of Liberia. A development grant from the Republic of Liberia to Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland. To Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland. So you will understand that the deed is a grant development grant deed that is given from the Republic of Liberia to an institution, organization, wherever it is referred to as Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland. The first thing it is deed. There is no institution in Grand Gedeh referred to as Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland. The people of Grand Gedeh need to correct me on this. I remember on Thursday on ELBC, the superintendent was called while in studio to verify the name of this institution, and he asked for time to get back to his office. He did and called back on the show and said, as far as the record concerned, the name Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland does not exist in his office, except if they are operating outside of his office record. They call it his office being aware. Now, if I gave you a development grant from the Republic of Liberia to Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland that does not exist, it means the land authority chairman is issuing this deed to a ghost name. A ghost name. Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland to a ghost name. This deed was not issued to the superintendent. No. This deed was not issued to the people of Grand Gedeh. No. Why in any transaction would a deed be issued to a ghost name? One. In every transaction, we understand that the superintendent leased out this land, 500 acres of land, to the Burkinabes. In land transaction, you cannot lease out a property if you don't have a title. Title must be your reliance, your legal support in order to convey, lease, whatever it is. So let's agree the superintendent had this transaction with the Burkinabes. He needed a title. He needed a deed. With the deed, he can lease. With the deed, whoever leased the land cannot lease to the Burkinabes. He needed a deed. Who's responsible to issue a deed for public land? The Liberia Land Authority is the institution with the authority to issue out deed for public government land. So what do you expect the superintendent to do, or whoever leased the land out to the Burkinabes, is to come to the land authority. Look, I got this transaction, but I can't lease this land. I need a title. So the land authority would then have to issue a title in order for whoever that leased the land to the Burkinabes to have standing to lease. From there where the issue of deed will have to come in any land transaction. The chairman of the land authority must issue the deed. So the chairman is issued a deed. He understands the deed is issued during the period of moratorium. On February 3rd, 2025, President Joseph Newman Boakai imposed a moratorium on public land. That means not even the chairman of the land authority has the authority to issue out deed to any individual or institution while there is a moratorium imposed by the president of the republic. The chairman of the land authority not. However, here is a deal that is before him. He got a deal before him. Money is about to change hands. He either choose to respect the president's instruction or choose to fill his pocket. And in this transaction, it is clear he chose to ignore, disrespect the precedent moratorium to issue a deed. Because he's about to issue a deed, he need not to issue a deed based on legality. There must be fraud in it. That is how the deed is issued to a ghost name, Gedeh Local Government Reserve Farmland. That institution does not exist. 2. Let agree, Gedeh Local Government Reserve Farmland is an institution or is a community name. On a development grant, when you issue a development grant to an institution, that institution can no way again lease out that property. No. Development grant is given to an institution or individual with a specific tax to be developed on that land. For example, I want to build hospitals, something that will benefit the public. Based on your request, the government issue a development grant deed. If that deed is issued to you, you can no way, the grantee can no way lease out that land to any other individual. It's wrong. You will have to develop the land based upon what you inform government through the land authority is the purpose for which you needed the land. In an event where you asked to build a school and they give you this land, and you want to build an entertainment place, government can take the land back from you. So the first thing, the act of leasing out the land to the Burkinabes on ground that a development grant is issued to the people of Gedeh is false. This deed in no way issue land out to the people of Gedeh is fake, is false, and is a complete scam. Read in the deed. You will understand that in Wakeup press conference, he mentioned 500 acres of land that he was misled to have issued to the people of Gedeh. But look in the deed speaks of 931.4 acres of land. 931.4 acres of land was the exact quantity of land Chairman Samuel F. Wakeup signed to the ghost institution called Gedeh Local Government Reserve Farmland. Now, when this land was issued, I beg you, if you go down to the last paragraph of the deed, let me read that portion. You can see the last paragraph of the deed. He said, to have and to hold the said granted premises with all and signal the building, improvement thereof, and therefore belonging unto the Gedeh Local Government Reserve Farmland, and to its successors in business. And I, the said Samuel F. Wakeup, that's the chairman of Liberal Land Authority name, chairman of the Liberal Land Authority, for myself and my successor in office, subject to the conditions, concessions, reservations, and stipulations herein contained, do covenant and warrant to defend the said Gedeh Local Government Reserve Farmland. Now listen to the contradiction now. And that by virtue of the office, of my office and authority vested in me by the laws of the Republic of Liberia, listen to him again. I have good right and lawful authority to convey the said premises to the said Mo Agro Incorporated. I read that again. I have good right and lawful authority to convey the FOC premises to the said Mo Agro Incorporated. Honorable host, are you following? That from the beginning of the deed, he said he was giving the deed to Grand Gedeh local government reserve farmland in his own endorsement at the closing of the deed. He said he got right to convey this land to Mo Agro Incorporated. Now you see chairman of Labrador Land Authority, the expert in land matter, the guy responsible to advise the matters, the guy that is responsible to advise this nation on what will move in terms of land matters. Understanding that the next war we fight, God forbid, will be land war if not careful, is the one who has issued a deed to two separate, distinct institutions in one deed. In one deed, another fraud. Another fraud. But that's not much. Go to the signature. Chairman Kwakio, who happens to also be the nephew to the president, Joseph Nyimabwaka, that's the president's nephew. Chairman Kwakio signed this deed on July. Yeah.
Are you assuming that he's
the nephew of the president?
No, I'm not assuming. I'm not assuming. This is his own confession. Everybody knows that. This is his own confession. He's the president's nephew, and he always said that. That's not like assumption. I'm just quoting him directly.
So he's saying that he's the president.
He's saying that he's the president nephew, that why he's above the law.
Well, if he's above the law, we will know, because if nothing is done about this, if the chairman of land authority can violate the moratorium placed by the president, it means he's above the law. It means he's right. It means he understands that we'll go back in our family meeting and we'll resolve it there. It will mean just that. Now,
okay.
Chairman Kwakio signed this deed on July 8th, the 8th of July, 2025. Look at the back of the deed. The surveyor who signed this deed signed July 10th, 2025. May for God's sake. Even your private land you bought right behind your house, the grantor cannot sign before the surveyor. Surveyor must first sign the deed. His signature and his date on the deed confirmed when he completed his technical assessment of the land that produced a deed. Then the grantor, in this case, the land authority chairman is the grantor, would then sign. But for the fact that Chairman Kwakio signed the deed July 8th and the surveyor signed July 10th, it means Kwakio gave the land out July 8th before the surveyor completed his work. Contradiction. You don't expect the chairman of the land authority, who should be schooled and knowledgeable on land matter. By virtue of his office, I consider him the land advisor to the president. As being head of land authority, automatically you become the advisor on land affairs to the president. But that's not all to it. The surveyor who surveyed this land is no one other than Surveyor David W. Slower. David W. Slower is a private land surveyor. He's not a government surveyor to sign a government deed. This is an elementary policy. I cannot sign a document for Voice of Gedeh. I'm not working with Voice of Gedeh. Any document with Voice of Gedeh letterhead that I signed is forgery. I should not be doing it. We got land surveyors in all of the counties assigned by the land authority who have the duty.
So, Mr. Tower.
Yeah.
Mr. Tower. So should we say
that,
even though
the commissioner signed the document and he sent it to county for the surveyor to sign, and then it went in the wrong surveyor hand?
Not possible. Not possible. I will bring you to the policy in place at the land authority. All right, I will bring it to the policy. You see, this deed is being cooked behind the kitchen, not in the kitchen. That's what happens when you have professional cooks. I mean, in your house, and you choose to cook behind the kitchen. Whoever cooking that food may cook mess because you don't want the professionals to eat some of the food. All right. Now, the issue of the private surveyor signing this deed is only because, number one, the chairman is aware. No government surveyor will put their signature on this deed when there's moratorium. No government surveyor will sign a deed during the moratorium. Because the first thing when the moratorium was placed, I remember at the time, Joe Williams announced all surveyors and all land experts that there's a moratorium. The issue of public land is being placed to a halt by the president. So all surveyors are aware. No surveyor will sign a deed with the government during moratorium. Now you see why they have to get a private surveyor. Because every deed to become an instrument, it must carry the signature of a surveyor. And you need a surveyor to sign. No one signs such a deed. And the money is waiting for you. What do? You're talking a surveyor to sign it. Because you got no idea that there are experts here. There are people who will definitely see, I mean, your scheme you're trying to adequate to succeed with. So that is why a private surveyor was used.
Are you saying the private surveyor
are not aware of the moratorium?
The private surveyor should be aware. But if a private surveyor sign a deed that the chairman already signed before he came to sign, he's not working with land authority, who is liable? He will be liable. Who should know better? The land authority chairman, not the private surveyor. If you, the chairman of land authority, will sign a deed 2 days, and a private surveyor come to sign, you call him to come sign again, he's small thing. He will sign a big gone. Because tomorrow, when push comes to shove, he's a private surveyor. He's not under the jurisdiction of land authority. Do you know right now there is nothing land authority can do to that surveyor? Because he's not on our jurisdiction. He's private, for God's sake. He knows he's private. You want me to sign? I will sign. You should know better as land authority to call me as a private surveyor to sign your government deed. He signed, he gave a signature fee, he's gone. So that is why a private surveyor will sign such a document. 2, a private surveyor can also be coerced to sign. Oh, leave that thing, just sign it in here. I made it in here. We just want to get land to the Burkinabes and XYZ. All right, he signed it. Why would the chairman of the land authority have more than 56 licensed government surveyors and choose to use a private surveyor? Ask yourself that question. On government payroll, but choose to use a private surveyor. Something is cooking here. All right? Now, I often hear people say, the superintendent. I agree. Because I know in one way or the other, the superintendent is the one in the team. He's interacting directly with the Burkinabes. Yes, the superintendent, but the chairman of the Liberia Land Authority. In a press conference, he said it. He denied it. He said he was misled by the superintendent.
By whom?
The superintendent. He was clear. The conference was on Friday, the 31st of last month. Watch his press conference. That the superintendent misled him to have signed 500 acres deed to Gedeh. He make it to know that he gave it to Gedeh, to the poor Gedeh.
So
no, Mr. Chairman.
What the 500
Mr. Tower.
Excuse me,
What
Mr. Tower.
Yeah.
What the 500 acre of land in question? What the deed?
That's what I'm saying. It's 931.5, but he said 500 acres. He said 500 acres. He said 500 acres.
So can we say
Well,
the 500 acres
is on the other side
is
besides
on
the
the other side
900
besides
acres?
the 900 acres?
Well, our investigation shows, look at the location of the land. And let me find the location of the land. And so you will tell me where the dispute is as it relates to Gedeh County. The land is situated line at, how you call it, Bihar Joyon
Yeah.
district, right?
Bambi.
Yeah, administrative district,
Yeah.
right? There where the 900 acres is located. And my investigation confirmed that it is in the same district where the Burkinabe, the land was leased to the Burkinabes. Problem, you will tell me, as an investigator, that 931 acres was deeded, and 500 of that 900 acres was leased out to the Burkinabes. Probably so. Probably so. But this is the deed that the president, the chairman of the Liberal Land Authority, Samuel F. Bakio, who should be schooled as it relates to land matters, signed on the 8th of July 2025, that is now causing chaos. And let me let you know this. The reason why Liberal Land Authority was established by President Salih in her first term, one, because we saw that if not careful with land matters in this country, it's the next war we go to. So there's a need to establish an institution that will be well equipped to handle our many land and land related matters. Now, instead of the land authority being the one resolving the matter, land authority is the one now causing the problem, issuing deed, a fake deed.
But
Now,
Mr. Tower,
Mr. Tower,
the deal was revoked by the commission.
the commission.
Thank you. Well, honorable host, can I, Toba, I'm a panel on this show tonight. So by reason of calling me on this show, I'm one of your panelists. I'm a part of this show tonight. Can I, Toba, decide that as of today's date, this show is canceled? Do I have the authority? No,
Well,
I don't.
Well,
On the deed, honorable host, you got the signature of the seated judge. The judge signed the deed. The clerk of court signed the deed. In other words, the court has placed a signature on the deed. The chairman of the land authority do not have the authority to declare the signature of a seated judge nor void. No, you don't have the authority to do so. What we do at the land authority, all my years been working there, whenever we come across a fraudulent deed and document, we spell out the false in the document. Through our legal office, through the Ministry of Justice legal office, we then send a petition to the court, requesting the court to cancel said deed based on XYZ information on the deed that should not be there. The court, in her wisdom, would then conduct a hearing. If the court sees reason in her wisdom to void the deed, it is the court that will then order the registrar to have the deed cancelled as though such deed had never existed. All right? The chairman of the land authority, by his press conference, that the deed is hereby cancelled, is scam. That's just a scam. It's just a con artist attitude going on to confuse the mind of the people. Oh, he issued a fake deed, he revoked the fake deed. No, you don't. He doesn't have to revoke the deed. The deed bears the signature of the court.
Mr. Tower.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
that the
commission
he never gave a press conference
never
secretly.
gave a press conference secretly.
It's a recalling, like you said.
It's a recalling, like you said. It's
Are
all
you
over.
saying that the court
Are you saying that the
not
court
aware,
are not
or
aware,
is not aware
or
of
is not aware
the
of
chairman
the
or the
chairman
commission
or the
revoking
commission
the deed that
revoking the
he
deed
has
that he has signature?
No, the court is not aware. If the court is aware, the chairman will have said that the court have hereby revoked this deed through the petition of the Liberal Land Authority.
Okay.
You won't say,
All see on the DA is the Salon Judiciary Court in Gede County. We'll have to reach to them to get the side of the story. Because if you find out now that they have the commission is not close with the authority to revoke the deed within the court preview, and he did it, so we want to know what the court stand with that. So
well,
we'll get to the court.
You know,
on that issue.
Yeah, you get the quote. And you know, I'm also a student of law. All right, I'm also a student of law. I'm a student of the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. To some extent, with my technical experience on land investigation, I also come with some legal, with small little of legal expertise as well. All right. To my understanding, what the chairman did to allow for the court to have signed this deed, the court can even hold the land authority chairman in contempt for misleading the court. Because the judge is not a technician. The judge signed a deed, probated a deed, because the chairman of the land authority signed the deed, forwarded a deed to his office for probation. When he sees the signature of the land authority chairman, he understands technically the deed is good. The judge is not responsible for the technical aspect as appear on the deed. The deed is taken to the judge for the legal aspect of it, probation. So the judge probated the deed, the clerk signed, the judge signed, the deed is probated. He now sent the deed back to the land authority to be registered, duly registered. You look at the deed, you then see land authority now registering the deed, which now make it a legal instrument. You have gone through the legal formalities. Now,
okay, so Mr.
in that context,
Mr. Tower, let's come here a little bit.
Let's come here a little
You
bit.
said the land authority commission was called 2 or 3 days ago. And he said he was. Are you coming here with something?
yeah, not the land authority chairman, the superintendent.
Or the superintendent will call by EFBC.
Yeah. Why on the show
Okay.
to verify the 2 names in the deed? The Gedeh local government reserve farmland and the Mo Agro Incorporated. He will call and ask to verify whether the 2 institutions exist in Gedeh. And on the show, he said, okay, can I call you back and call? Let me call somebody at my office who is responsible for that. And then after some time, he actually called back. The response was, well, we check our records. Those institutions on that, they do in no way exist according to our records. We got no records of them, except where they are operating without the knowledge of the county. But we don't have no record on them in this county.
So when he asked whether the deed in question, whether they have it in possession.
Well, remember then, before that appeared on ELBC, the first person that appeared was the superintendent, Ellis Grant. He did appear.
Okay.
And while Ellis Grant was in studio, I listened. They joined the quest, the Grant superintendent, and told him that the chairman of the land authority said you misled him to have signed the deed. And his exact response was, how can I mislead the chairman of land authority who should be advising us on land matters?
Good.
How can I? He's a land expert. And I agree with him on that. I do agree with him on that. The chairman is the one who should be advising on land matters, not the other way around. People advising him on land matter. He got all of the expertise. He got all of the experts in land matter at the land authority.
What were the chairman
actual
or definition of misleading? Or he was misled
on the land issue.
Well, as an investigator, I won't speak for the chairman. As an investigator, I think he actual word of being misled means we thought that thing were not going to come out in the public. We thought we believe what we did in the corner will remain in the corner. But here it's now in the public. So you misled me. I think that's the only way he can be misled. That they think we do in the secret will remain the secret. coming up in the public, we never knew that would happen. So I was made to believe what we're doing in the secret remain the secret. That's the only way he can define, I think he can define the word he was misled. Because there is a policy at the land authority. Now that policy states, whenever an individual or institution applied for the usage of a government land, there is a section called the vetting section. That vetting section is headed by Assistant Director Steve Kennedy. They will then go on the land, speak to individuals on the land, chiefs and elders in that community. The reason of that is, one, government do not want to give out any land. Then tomorrow somebody comes and say, oh, my land government gave out. Government don't want that. Government don't want to give out any land. That's a sacred land, a land that should not be conveyed at all. So the vetting team will move in, conduct their investigation, and if the land is okay to convey, they will then come out with a report, totally elaborate to the Board of Commissioners. The Board of Commissioners will then meet, review the report, and discuss the issue of insurance. Now,
the Board of Commissioners
The Board of Commissioners comprises of how many persons?
5. You got a chairman, some Chairman Pacquiao, you got the vice chairman, Joe Williams, you got Commissioner Uriah Kasimi, you got Commissioner Dr. Mabu Solomon, you got Acting Commissioner Ali Kaba. 5 commissioners. And you got, as they call it, Executive Director Standard 2, who is a secretary to the board. That land authority structure. Now, when they meet prior to President Boakai election, the chairman of the land authority alone will sign the deed, along with the county administrator. That was before President Boakai got elected. On February 3rd, 2025, if you read and you browse the internet, President Boakai imposed moratorium on public land. When you browse it, it will tell you that one of the reasons for which President Boakai imposed the moratorium so that the land authority can put a policy into place. And in that policy, determine how a land belonging to the government can be issued out. Having done those and informed the president, now have a fixed policy in place, the president will not lift the moratorium. As part of that policy, which led the president to have lifted the moratorium on July 31st, 2025, it was agreed by the board that no one commissioner will sign the animal. The deal will be signed by 2 commissioners, the chairman and the commissioner for land administration. Two commissioners will sign. 2 commissioners will sign the deal. That means the chairman can no more call any administrator in the county. Yeah, first one deed there, bring it, let me sign it. Then he sign the land, give it to a brother, sign it, give it to a girlfriend, sign it, give it to the president. No. You got 2 commissioners must sign, so there will be check and balance. That's the policy. But when you review this deed signed by the chairman, it's signed by he alone. Back you. It means the Board of Commissioners at the Library, so that they are not aware. They are not aware of this document. He did it unilaterally.
Why if they give the chairman to go ahead?
Sir, it's not possible. Policy into place is not an individual.
Is that because the chairman made why you saying it's not possible?
No, I'm talking about policy that's into place. You can call it out of the commissioners and confirm that. If a policy says
what is going on here?
That you should start your show 7 o'clock. You and whoever should document. You alone, CEO, lack the authority anymore to just go about and take an action when there's a policy that tie you down on how to do the thing. So there's a policy that says 2 commissioners. So a single commissioner, not even an issue that the policy, it also makes the deed valid. When the deed goes against the policy, it's invalid. Number 1. So commissioners will not tell the chairman, say, yeah, go and sign it. It goes invalid. And you don't want board commissioners together who the president trusts. You guys go and handle a land matter to be making kind of a petty mix working against policy set. Policy is a guideline, is a guide that you use as a tools to deliver. So no, the board commissioners are not aware. They are not. So this deed is an absolute fraud. It's a fraud. The one major thing, it violated, it abused, it disregarded, it insulted, it condemned the instruction and moratorium placed by the President-elect Republic of Liberia. First and foremost, may you tell me, the president placed a moratorium? That's the president, for God's sake. Whether he's your uncle, whether he's your father, he's your tribal mate, you live with him before, wherever it is, Liberian people don't care about that. We're talking about a land matter. President say he wisdom moratorium. Then the chairman signed a deed. Who does that? Who? They agree, even everybody agree, the whole land commission in the whole country, even if all the people in Gede agree to get the land. When there's moratorium, you can't give the land. If the people of Gede are demonstrating, we want a land, we want a land, you can't sign a deal once there is a moratorium. Doing that is a violation and abuse of the office of the president. And we don't think it is good enough. We don't think it's a good example for the chairman of the Liberian Land Authority to be abusing the office of the president and want to blame the superintendent. That superintendent misled him. We don't want that. We think Liberia, we came a long way. The people of Gede deserve better. The people of Gede are good people. Yeah.
You keep emphasizing
on
the office of the president. What's about the country as
a whole?
Thank you. To the country as a whole. I agree with you. And that's what I was just heading to. That the people of Gede deserve better. The people of Gede deserve better. The people work on the ring. And you know what pained me? Before the issue of this deal, there was already confusion between the people of Gede and the Burkinabes. There was already confusion in the bush. They were already fighting over land matter. The people of Gede said, we don't want the poor in our bush. We don't want them here, fighting here and there. The Liberian Land Authority, instead of going in to see how they can call the parties together to resolve the issue, affairs, call ministerial job, have town hall meeting with the people, your caller, talk, make sure there is peace with the people before you can do this. You didn't do it. Why they both fighting with classes? Then you issue deed to another party can have some title, and who you giving the deed to a group of people who your own citizens say we don't want them in our butches. Why would you do that? How much money in the world that a man needs to survive, for which you have to lose your integrity? How much money? Do you know that because of this deed, there could be another war? We've been hearing about Burkinabes being the bush, and I said it time and job. We've been hearing. Yeah.
Are you saying that commissioner is trying to put the Gede on the front page because the council of the people
counsel
that
of the people
didn't
that
work
didn't
official.
work official.
And as you
And
saying
as
now,
you saying
the
now,
problem
the problem
already there with the
already there
Gede
with
and the
the Gede
Burkina
and the Burkina Faso.
Now he's giving
Now
up
he's giving up
100 acres
100
of the
acres
people
of the
land
people
for
land for
Burkina to
Burkina
settle
Faso to
on.
settle on.
Yeah.
Is he trying
So
to
Is he
cause
trying to cause
chaos in
he's
the
not
chaos
trying.
country,
in the
or to
country
accuse the
or to
country
accuse the
of
country of
training people
training
like they usually
people
say
like they
in that
usually say in
country?
that country?
Look, what he tried to do, I think what he tried to do here. Now, so I said try to, he has already done it. He already issued a deal, his proprietary is signed, so he did what he could do already. What he did is that the people of Grand Gedeh, their heart is already on fire. Instead of carrying water and sand to cut it off, he carried gas to raise it on the fire that is already burning.
We carry gas to
Carry
let the
gas
fire
to
move.
let the fire move.
To let the
I
fire
will
move.
hold you there.
I will hold you there. I will hold you there, and
we'll hear from Honorable
we'll hear
Yoli.
from Honorable Yoli.
Honorable Abu Yoli.
Honorable Abu Yoli.
You're still on mute, Honorable
Still
Yoli.
on mute, Honorable Yoli.
You can hear me now?
You can hear me now?
Okay, yeah, now you clear.
Okay, yeah, now you clear.
But I can't.
But
I'm not on the
I'm
show.
not
I
on the
can't see
show. I can
myself.
see myself.
Yeah, Honorable Yoli.
Yeah, Honorable Yoli, before you came in,
we have a technical issue
we
here.
have a technical issue here. What our
crew in Liberia
in Liberia
play with something
Okay,
that
yeah, I've been
okay,
listening
yeah,
to
I
the
think
young
I
man,
listened to the
giving
young
a lot
man,
of
giving a
perspective
lot
in
of
the
perspective
design
on
by
the
the
design
land
by the
commissioner
land
Papio.
commissioner
And
Papio.
I think he
And
really a
I
deed
think he
that I
really a
haven't
deed
seen.
that I haven't.
But
But
I have some
I
other
have some other
documents too that I
documents
was
too that I
looking
was
at, but it seems to
looking
be
at. But it
different from
seems
what
to
he's
be
looking
different
at.
from what
But
he's looking at.
he's trying to
He's
say
trying to
that
say that
Papio in the wrong, and then the
and then the
superintendent,
superintendent,
even though the
even though
superintendent
the
has some
superintendent has some
default, but
default, but
Papio too has
Akio
some
too has some
responsibility as a land
responsibility as a land
commissioner,
commissioner,
for the Republic of
for the Republic
Liberia.
of Liberia.
Yeah.
When we're looking at the
When we're
whole
looking at
thing,
the
all
whole
the
thing,
people
all the
who are
people who
involved,
are
they
involved,
all messed up.
they all messed
I
up.
mean,
He
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 did
did
a
a deed
deed
for
for another
another
individual, and then at the
and then
same
at the
time,
same time,
he did a deed also
he did
for
a
the
deed
student did a deed
also
for this
for
guy from
this guy
I don't
from
know where he's
I don't know
from,
where
Burkina
he's from,
Faso
Burkina
or
Faso
where,
or where.
I know
I
Buba,
know Dubai,
Visa, whatever they
Visa,
call him.
whatever they call him.
But these
But
are some of the
these
things
are
we're
some of
talking
the
about
things
in the
we're talking about in
county.
the
I mean, we
county.
need
I mean, we
people
need
who
people
know what
who
they are
know what
doing.
they are doing.
We got
Yeah.
people who
Got people
violating
who
the
violating
laws,
the laws,
on the
on
books,
the books,
and they try
and they
to
try
be
to
in
be
denial.
in denial.
Yes.
I talked to the
I talked to the
superintendent. He's
superintendent.
in
He's
denial. I
in
mean, he
denial.
did
I
a
mean,
lot of things
did
that
a lot of things that
which of course are
which
not
of
in the
course are
best
not in
interest of
the
the
best
county.
interest.
Because as a
Because as a
superintendent for the
superintendent
county,
for the
you should
county,
do
you
due
should do
diligence
due
to
diligence
everything you
to
do.
everything you do.
Dereliction of duties,
Dereliction
and
of
a
duties,
lot
and
of things,
a lot
especially
of things,
so where
especially
he
so where
suspended. I
he
heard he
suspended. I
suspended some
heard he
of the
suspended
chiefs
some of the
in
chiefs
that particular
in that
area
particular
of
area of
Grand Gedeh,
Grand Gede,
especially the Bazon
especially the
area.
Bazon area.
Um,
Um,
I look at
I
one
look
of the
at one
deed
of the
where
deed where
he's the
he's the
no referred to
no
as the
referred to as the
lessor,
lessor,
and the other
and the
person is
other
the
person is the
lessee.
lessee.
The guy
The
who
guy who
owned the land,
owned the land,
Mr.
Mr.
Bubu Siba.
Siba.
Yeah. Let's
It's,
see.
in the city of
In the city of
Syracuse, Grand Gedeh
Grand
County.
Gede County.
And the
And
land is
the land
located
is
in the
located
B.I.
in the B.I.
Jozon,
Jozon,
Nippon Tawin Kingdom, B.I. Administrative District,
Administrative
Grand Gedeh
District, Grand
County.
Gede County.
Same with
And
a
he
D.
said the
And he said
lessee
the
decided to
lessee
lease
decided to
the said
lease the
land for
said land
agricultural
for agricultural
purposes,
purposes,
particularly for the
particularly for
cultivation
the
of cocoa
cultivation
and
of
black
cocoa and
ash crop.
black ash crop.
But what we
But
saw
what
on
we
the
saw on
video,
the
we saw
video,
some
we
of the
saw some
old
of the
people that
old
he
people that he
gathered,
gathered,
and some of
and
them,
some of
they
them,
were kind
they
of
were kind
shocked
of
because
shocked because
they don't
they
even know
don't
what was
even know
going
what
on.
was going on.
So they were
So they were
asking the
asking the
superintendent, and
superintendent, and
for him to
for him
explain
to
in
explain in
detail, how will you
detail how
call
will you
people
call people,
and you say they
and you
know it,
say
but the
they
thing,
know it,
and
but the
then
thing,
they,
and then
they
they
themselves too, they
they
were very
themselves too, they were
surprised.
very surprised.
And as I look at this thing, I see one
I
here,
see one here,
Article 2,
Article 2,
consideration and
consideration
rental,
and rental,
lease rental
lease
amount in
rental
consideration
amount in consideration
of the use and
of the
occupancy
use
of
and
the here in
occupancy of the here
demised
in demise
premises as
premises
provided
as
in quote.
provided in
Count
quote.
1,
Count
above the
1, above the
leasee shall
leasee
pay
shall
or cost
pay or
to
cost
be paid to
to
the
be paid to the
lessor for the
lessor
first
for the
10
first
years
10
commencing
years
the day
commencing
of
the
blah blah
day of blah
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 and
blah
including the
and
day
including
of
the
blah
day
blah
of
blah,
blah
yeah,
blah blah.
the lease
The
payment in the
lease
amount of
payment in the amount of
$150,000
$150,000
fully payable in
fully
advance
payable
for
in
the first
advance
10
for the
years.
first 10
So that
years.
means the
So that
12
means the
is
12
supposed to pay
is
me in
supposed to pay me
advance
in
for the
advance
first
for
10
the first
years
10 years
or
Yeah.
or
$150,000.
$150,000.
I mean, how will
I mean,
you
Wow.
do
how will
these
you
things
do these
without
things
the
without
consent
the
of the
consent of
citizen in
the
that
citizen
particular area?
in that
I
particular
thought,
area?
Very
is a
wrong.
communal land
Communal
or
land,
tribal land.
tribal
I
land.
think the
I
citizen
think
should
the
be
citizen should
involved.
be
If he's
involved. If
doing
he's
something
doing
like he's
something
leasing
like
the
he's
place,
leasing the place,
they all got to
they
be
all got to
involved, and
be
he has to
involved, and he
explain
has
it
to
to the
explain it
people,
to the people,
not
not
doing
doing
documents, without the
documents,
people
other
knowing
people
about it.
knowing about it.
And then
And then
the Pakio
the
man,
Pakio man,
I
I
understand Mr.
understand
Toba's
Mr.
thing that
Thomas saying that
Pakio is a
Pakio
cousin
is a cousin
or nephew
or
of the
nephew of the
president of
president of
Oaxaca. But
Oaxaca.
anyway,
Anyway,
we'll talk about
we'll
that.
talk
But
about
the
that.
main
But
thing
the
is
main
that
thing is
Pakio
that
himself, he
Pakio
has to
himself,
come
he has to
clean.
come clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to come
he
clean.
who
Yeah,
wants
he
to
who
what?
wants to what?
He
He
justice, he has to
justice,
come
he
with
has to
clean
come
hands.
with clean hands.
So Pakio,
So Pacquiao,
when he's
when he's
suspended and dismissed,
suspended
some
and
of the
dismissed
land
some of the land
agents in Grand
agents
Gede,
in
I thought
Grand
the
Gede,
guy
I thought
was
the
very
guy was
strict.
very
But
strict. But
looking at things
looking at
now, I
things
think he
now, I
himself
think
need
he
to be
himself need to be
dismissed
dismissed
or
or
suspended.
suspended.
Listening to the
Listening to the
investigation,
investigation,
pending
pending
investigation. I mean,
investigation.
so
I mean.
because he
So
himself
because he
he was
himself he was
involved
involved
in
in
leasing. I don't know
leasing.
whether
I
he
don't know
leased
whether
as a
he leads as a
virtue of my
virtue
office
of
and
my
authority
office and
vested
authority
in me by
vested
the
in me
laws of
by
the
the
Republic
laws
of
of the
Nigeria.
Republic of
I have
Europe.
good
I
right
have
and
good
lawful
right and
authority
lawful
to
authority
convey the
to convey the
aforesaid premises
aforesaid
to the
premises
said
to the
Bo
said
Agro
Bo Agro
Incorporated
Incorporated,
its successor
a
in business
successor in
that I
business that
said
I said
I said
I
Samuel
declare
F.
Samuel F.
Pacquiao,
Pacquiao,
Chairman Liberian
Chairman
Land
Liberian
Authority and
Land
my
Authority and
successor
my
in office
successor in
will
office
forever
will
warrant
forever
defend the
warrant
said
defend
Grand
the
Gede
said Grand Gede
government reserve
government
farmland,
reserve
its
farmland,
successor
its
in
successor
business
in
against any
business against
person
any person
or person
or
claiming any
person
part of
claiming
the
any
whole
part
of
of
the
the
above
whole of the
granted
above
premises.
granted premises.
So this
So
particular
this
land was
particular
also
land was
what
also
leased to
what
this
leads to this
particular Mo
particular
Agro
Mo Agro
Incorporated.
Incorporated.
Thank
You see
you.
that?
You see
So I
that?
don't know
So I
how
don't
they're
know
doing
how
these
they're
things.
doing these things.
You're leasing the
You're
land to
leasing the
two
land to
different
two
people.
different people.
Okay,
Okay,
Bakio, the
Pacquiao,
land
a land
authority
authority
commissioner,
commissioner,
leasing this
leasing
particular
this
land
particular land
to a
for
specific
a
Mo
specific
Agro.
Mo
I heard the
Agro.
Mo
I heard the
guy is the
Mo
guy who
guy
was
is
the
the guy who
former
was the former
minister of
minister of
public works,
public works.
Judy
That's
Mo.
Pake for my
I think
boss.
Judy Mo.
Judy Mo.
So
So
he leases the land to
he
Judy
leases the
Mo. Then
land
at
to
the
Judy
same time,
Mo.
the
Then
city
at
then
the
also
city then
leasing
also
this
leasing
particular
this
land to
particular
what? To
land
the
to what?
Burkina
To the
guy,
Burkina guy,
Bubo's people.
Bubo's people.
So
Mm-hmm.
So
what's going on
what's
here?
going on here?
So we need to
So we need to
establish these
establish
things.
these things.
And then besides
And then
that, we're not
besides
only
that, we're not
talking
only
about it,
talking
but we
about
also
it,
have
but
to
we
give
also have to give
recommendation.
recommendation.
What
What
happens
happens
if this
if this
investigation goes
investigation
on?
goes on?
What are some of the
What are some of
complaints?
the
Because I
complaints? Because I
represent a
represent
Grand
a
Gede civil
Grand Gede civil
society in the
society in the
USA,
USA,
and we have
and
written
we
the
have written
president
the
on
president
a
on
lot of
a
counts
lot of
of the
counts of the
superintendent, and
superintendent,
we expect the
and we
president to
expect the
give us
president to give us
reply because we recommended
because
his
recommended
suspension or
his suspension
dismissal
or
after
dismissal after
administrative hearing.
administrative hearing.
Because there are
Because
so many things
there are
we
so
have
many things we
complained.
have
Even
complained.
the
Even the
students in Grand
students in
Gede,
Grand Gede,
they
they
complain about him
complain
not
about him not
giving their
giving
bursaries.
their bursaries.
Okay, they say the
Okay, they
bursaries
say
are
the
being
bursaries are
given,
being given,
before they were
before
given to
they were
them, but
given to
now
them,
he
but now he
advocating that
advocating that
he's not giving
he's
it to
not
them
giving it to them
individually. He's going to
individually.
pay
He's
into the
going to
school.
pay
But
into the
has he
school. But
paid into
has
the
he paid
school?
into the
I
school?
confronted
I
him with it.
confronted him with
You
it.
know, the man, he
You know, the
always
man,
in
he
denial.
always in
You
denial.
always let him
You
play the
always let
victim
him play the
card.
victim
So
card.
we have a lot of
So
problems
we
in
have a
Grand
lot of
Gede, and
problems
these
in
things have
and
to be
these things have to
discussed.
be
People
discussed.
have to
People
know.
have to
People got
know.
to know
People
what's
got
going
to know
on.
what's going
They have
on.
to be
They have to
educated.
be educated.
Because our people
Because
don't
our
know.
people don't know.
Because all these
Because
things they
all
make
these
it
things
look
they make it
difficult
look
for the people to
difficult for the people to
understand.
understand.
Why will
Why
you
will
take
you take
people land
people land
and then
and
lease
then
it to
listen
other
to
people
other
without the
people without the
citizens in that
citizens in
particular
that particular
jurisdiction
jurisdiction
don't know
don't
nothing
know
about what
nothing
you
about
guys
what
are
you
doing?
guys are doing?
They need to be
They
part
need to be
and
part
parcel. They
and
got to be
parcel. They got to be
participatory.
participatory
Honorable
If we're
Yole,
to have a
Honorable
discussion,
discussion.
yes.
Yes.
I'm in authority
I'm
though.
in
I'm the
authority though. I'm
superintendent.
the
I lead the
superintendent.
county.
I lead the county.
So who do I have to
So
consult
who
if
do
I
I
have
have
to
to
give her
consult
land
if I have to
though?
give her land though?
Yeah, you even though you
Yeah,
got
even though
authority,
you
but there
got
are people
authority,
there
but there
that
are
you
people
what
there
you
that you
govern.
you govern.
So
the chiefs,
So
the
the
elders in that
chiefs, the
particular town,
elders
it's
in
a
that particular
farmland, it's a
town,
tribal land.
it's a farmland,
So the
it's
people
a
have to
tribal
be
land.
consulted. Not
So the
because
people
you
have
have
to be
authority, then
consulted.
you
Not
just go
because you have
ahead and start
authority,
signing
then you
things.
just go ahead and start signing things.
But
No, you can do that.
let me come Mr.
Let me
Young.
Mr. Young.
I
I
was
was
appointed by the
I was
president of the
appointed by the
Republic of Liberia.
president of the Republic of Liberia.
I was not elected
I
by
was
those
not
people in
elected by
question.
those people in question.
Yeah, but there's not
Yeah,
military
but there's
government. You
not military
understand that
government.
before you
Am
assume
I
that.
answerable
Am
to
I
them?
answerable to them?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
are answering to the
you are
president, but
answering
that
to the
does not make
president,
you
but
a
that does not
military
make you
leader.
a
You're not a
military
military
leader.
leader.
You're
You're a
not a military
civilian
leader. You're a
person.
civilian
So you
person.
lead people.
So
So
you
you have
lead
to what?
people. So you
You
have
have
to
to
what?
seek
You
the
have
advice,
to
the
seek the
consent of the
advice and
people you
consent of the
lead to
people
take
you
action.
lead to
You
take
can't just
action.
take action
You
like
can't
that.
just
You're
take
not a
action
military
like that.
leader.
You're not a military leader.
So when you're talking about the chief
So when you're
and
talking about the
elder and
chief
other things,
and the
at this
elder and
time
other
we'll
things,
not be
then
talking
at this
about,
time we'll not be talking
because
about,
I think we
because
will
I think
also
we
hold
will also
our
hold
representative
our
liable for
representative
what's going on in
liable for
county.
what's going on in county.
Because if you got chief,
Because if
you
you got
got paramount
chief,
chief, you
you
get
got
clan
paramount
chief, you
chief, you
get
get
clan
clan
chief,
chief, you get clan chief,
those are the
those
positions
are
that were given
the
to those
position that was
people
given
for them to be
to those
able to
people
write.
for them to
So
write.
those people were acting in
People
the
were acting in
position
the
or
position
they were
or
functioning
they were
as the title
functioning
given to
as the
them.
title given
At
to
this
them.
time, we have been
At this
discussing
time, who have
Burkinabe
been
issue in
discussing
county.
Burkinabe issue in county.
Okay,
Because
what I'm talking
Okay, what
about
I'm
is that
talking about is that
I come in,
it's
Mr.
a
Young, let me
communal
give you,
land. It's
let me give you,
a tribal
let me
it's
give
a
land.
you a
tribal
little,
land.
yeah,
The people in
yeah, let
that
me give you a
area.
little issue.
Give you
Okay.
the people
And the reason why I say that,
in
because
that area. Let me give you a little.
during those days, what our people told us, if a stranger entered the town, the first
The
person to
reason I
go
say
to,
that because
to either the town chief,
in those days,
the
what
town chief
our
go to
people
the Panama
told us,
chief,
Panama
the
chief,
Panama chief go to the clan
Panama
chief,
chief go to the clan
and they
chief,
sit down, they discuss,
and
then they know
they
the
sit down
spirit
to
that come to
discuss,
them,
then they
then they
know the
find
spirit
a
that come to
place
them.
for the stranger to
Find
wash.
a lush.
Yeah.
But all these things are not in
But
place
all these
now.
things
That
are
why
not in place now.
Burkinabe
That why Burkinabe
taking over county
taking
and doing
over
all the
county
things.
and
So
do all the things.
the,
So
why the superintendent see through and
superintendent
say,
see through and
okay,
say, okay,
send the
send the
representative then, and
representative
not
then and
hold me
not hold
liable
me
for this, and
liable
not
for this
putting
thing.
these
They're not
chief
putting
and
these
thing then
things and thing then
to work.
to work.
So let me take
So
this
let me take
advantage
this
to
advantage
try my land.
to try my land.
So let me come
Is
in
it wrong?
there.
Is he wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Let
still,
me come
it's
in
not
there.
right.
It's not right,
Mr. Omega,
Mr.
it's
Omega.
still not
It's
right.
still
As the
not right.
superintendent
As
of
the
the county, you're
superintendent of the
not
county, you're
leading
not
army,
leading
barrack
army
or
barrack
army
or
baton.
army patrol.
I agree with
Okay,
you.
or army
Okay, or
platoon.
army platoon.
Okay, you are leading
Okay, you
people
are
who are
leading
civilians.
people who are
So any
civilians.
action
So
you have
any
to take, you
action
have
you
to
have
have meetings.
to take, you
If you
have to
read the
have
Land
meetings.
Act of 2018, you
If
have
you
to
read the
consent
land
the
act of
people,
2018,
consult the
you have
people
to
in that particular
consent
district,
the
in that
people,
particular
consult the
chiefdom,
people
in that particular
in that
district, in that
particular
particular
district,
section,
in that
before you
particular
take any action
kingdom, in
of
that
leasing
particular
a particular
in
land.
that particular section. Before you take any action of leasing a particular land.
But the superintendent went to the people.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't
Didn't
go
he?
according to the
The
report.
superintendent went
They
to the
never
people.
consulted them.
No, he didn't go according to the report. They never consulted that.
Omega.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
One thing government did, government make sure to put policy into place. The Land Right Act, Article 34, it says that the act is that there must be a full participation of the community at every level of the transaction.
Yeah.
Article 34 of the Land Right Act is spelled out.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
You can't get a land without the people participation, even if that one lot. The community, the chiefs, the elders must be fully aware. They must agree. The chairman of the land of do not have the right to sit in Morelia and just sound D and get the land out. No, the people must agree. The superintendent do not have the right to say president appointed me. So yeah, the other layer get it out. In how will start working in one day time, all the land feed the country. There are policy into place. So they see the government land got policy, got laws that support it. Let's take for example, they gave the superintendent development grantee. Under the law, you cannot lease out a development grantee to a second party. No, it can be leased out. Once you are issued a development grant deed, you must do on that land the purpose for which you
So do we know the deed
development grant deed, and you take the land to lease it out to Burkina Faso on ground that land authority chairman gave you deed? It's illegal.
Do we know it?
Yeah.
Do we know the land in question?
Do we know
And we know
the
the
land
deed
in
that
question?
you have in your possession?
And we know the deed that you can have in your possession?
Well, if you want to have for clarity, you can. I'll send you a copy of the deed. Ask the superintendent the deed, issue him. Like if there's any other deed, let you bring copy of that deed and compare both. You compare it. Another thing, the land that was leased, was the money placed in government revenue? Let them bring the revenue receipt, because the law says when the land is leased, when you lease a government land, 40% of that amount goes to the government revenue. How much of that money? Let them produce the revenue receipt of government land that was leased out to a Burkina Faso. Let them produce it. Let them produce it. You cannot give out a government land and you pay money for the land. You come with stipulation. Money was paid, $150,000, whatever amount paid, and there is nothing that you sent to government covers. Who told you say that your power farm, that your private land, to give it to somebody, you eat all the money you alone? No. President Barker did not send superintendent in Grand Gedeh County, so he and Pacquiao can just be giving people land or put the money in their pocket. No. The county must benefit.
Not because you are president, not because you are president, but the president that you just do things by yourself.
No, you can't do that. And excuse me to say, I think this government should take this matter very serious, because prior to President, his popularity in Grand Gedeh County was very low. Look at the election result; it was very low in Grand Gedeh County. After the reburial of President Doe, the passing of the road through Grand Gedeh County and the late development going on, my statistics shows that his party have grown from where it was to some huge extent. If not careful, the issue of this Grand Gedeh land being given to the Burkina Faso through Pacquiao and the superintendent, if not taken seriously, tomorrow government will bring us up. We did not act on time. This is the best time to put up that fire. The people are crying. A few days ago, Grand Gedeh County students from the UL, they demonstrated in Monrovia here on the scene land matter. Nothing is being done. People in Grand Gedeh whole day they're complaining. Nothing is being done. Just yesterday, Bakke was confirmed as commissioner with such a news, fortunate deed. He was commissioned by President Bouaka just yesterday at the executive mansion. Why would discussing people in Grand Gedeh chopping one another for their land that was given to Burkina Faso? Bakke was commissioned. Would the government not take their thing serious? I remember in Nima County, there was an issue between the Madingo people and the people in Nima County on land matter. It was a very serious issue in Nima County. President said he had to set up committees here and there to go and quiet that noise. We're taking it to data Burkina Faso. It's a joke. And let me tell you one thing. According to what I learned, the Burkina Faso are more than 48,000. And mind you, they are Negroes. They are Liberian. They got a right to naturalize and become citizens in this country. That means they can be. They got land now. 500 plus acres, they got land. Tomorrow, naturalize. A one Burkina Faso become represented in that district. Even 20,000 people. In the all citizenship, will he not win? Would there be anybody to stand against him? Because in Grand Gedeh people win just about 2,000 votes. You got 48,000 Burkina Faso in your boot.
Yeah.
And you're not taking it serious as a government. Bakke was commissioned, check the records. The land authority chairman was commissioned yesterday by the president. While people are crying that he gave a fraudulent deed, he abused a moratorium. The president is not taking that serious. The youth party is not taking that serious. And what you're talking about is the party headquarters. When Gedeh is bleeding, the people of Gedeh are bleeding. They're crying. Why can't come to our rescue? Superintendent get our land off.
The superintendent the one who
government must step in.
the president in counties, how the president got a few votes. So why you want to take the superintendent a position?
Well, if this country must move forward, we should take decisions, based on facts and evidence, not based on favoritism. My policy is
That's true.
give unto a man what due him. All right? The superintendent was appointed by the president to follow and live under instruction to make sure the county succeeds. In Gedeh County, Chairman Kpake was appointed as authority to make sure that the president rescue agenda succeed as it relates to land matter. It is how you will succeed with a rescue agenda when you are violating a moratorium, when you issue a fake deed, using a private surveyor to sign government deed, giving one deed to two institutions, signing a deed before the surveyor can sign. Is that how we take the country forward? Knowing fully well that land matter, they are critical matters. Land authority should refuse. We can't be part of the problem. Land authority should solve the problem. We can't create the problem.
Land authority should
know better.
Far better.
Go to our studio guests in Gedeh County.
I hope
you are relaying on
the local FM.
Yes, we are.
What's your take on
the issue?
First thing I want to know was the president for by the people of Gedeh.
Let me answer that. There is absolutely no document that anybody can show you that the people of Gedeh requested for this land. How do you know, Mr. Toba? If the land is a communal land, a community land, you cannot issue development grant deed to the community. No, you cannot. You issue the community customary deed because the lands are customary land. Issue them customary deed. In no wisdom. Yeah.
Okay, Chief. Let me just put you there. How many deeds are we discussing? The one from the commissioners, Labrador Land Authority, plus the one that the local authority giving to the businessman as a decision.
All right. Thank you. All happens to be one. Now, this is how the arrangement went. The superintendent of Gedeh, in order to lease out the land to the Burkinabes, he need a deed. It must be a deed to give you title. You must have title in order to have legal right to transact with anyone as related to land. He need. In the absence of deed, the superintendent or no one will be able to lease out the land, except land authority, who has the authority to lease a land out, a government land out, public land out without a deed. I mean, lease it out to an individual. That's how the deed came into being. So when this deed was issued, probated and registered, now the superintendent can now lease the land to the Burkinabes. So the land authority chairman had to first lay down the ground, lay the foundation first. Survey the land, prepare deed, sign the deed, probate the deed, hand the deed over. Thereafter, they can now lease the land now to the Burkinabes. So the lease agreement came out of this deed. Came out of this deed.
Okay, let me go you
Okay, let me
there.
go you there.
During your
During
tenure,
your tenure, then that authority.
Yeah.
do you have an
Do you have
idea
an idea
as to whether
as to
government
whether
has a
government has
reserved
the
land
reserved land
in Grand Gede
in Grand
County,
Gede
either by
County,
your
either
stock
by your
office
stock
here
office here
or
or
documentation
documentation
by your
by
institution?
your institution?
As the
As
longest
the
serving
longest
and
serving
resource, one of the longest serving and resource person in
resource
that
person in
institution.
that institution.
Yeah, sure. Government do have land in every county, even as it relates to the customary land. If a customary community, according to the Land Right Act, request government through the land authority to have their customary land deeded, for example, the Land Right Act says that the maximum of 10% and the maximum 2% of that land that is to be deeded to the community as customary land will remain with government as a bank. So you will see all of the deed we ever prepare the land authority. For example, with survey of 1,000 acres, it will take in at 10%. Then within your diagram, you will see the diagram of government 10%, 100 acres, right? So that the customary people cannot enter into that 10 acres. But then again, that reserved land that is taken out of that customary land, it also meant for the same community, just in case they want build school, they want to do this, they want to do that, they need additional land. When they come, government can deed that same land to them. So yes, government got land everywhere in each county. There are land there for government. Government got land. Government been giving land out in counties. Public land deed and this other deed. Yeah, we've been giving land out to the system into place. So yes, we got land in counties.
Yeah, but specifically in the BIE zone, BIE administrative district in Grand Gede County.
Yeah.
As the director on disputing
Yeah.
of land activities in Liberia.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, according to your directory, you have an idea as to whether there was a government reserved land in the BIE zone area?
No. You see, what I do know from my investigation is that in district, the land that is in that district is a customary land. That community land, that the people land. It belongs to the elders. All right? They are the custodian of the land. That's what the record says. In fact, if you read this deed carefully, they say that they're giving the deed to Grand Gede local government reserve farmland. All right? Referred to as ghost name. This Grand Gede local government reserve farmland, from my investigation, it is the name of the asset, the land. That land is Grand Gede local government reserve farmland. That Grand Gede reserve farmland there, that they are reserved land. All right? It belongs to the people. It's a communal land. As a customary land. Government can only take portion of that land and get the development with the consent of the people. In no way government can give a land out when the people, the chiefs, say no. The people must be the first point of contact. They must agree. They must meet with them. They must consent to the quantity of land to be given. No government to the land authority can give a particular anybody.
Now, my next concern has to do with wrong dismissal. Were you a civil servant?
Yes, sure.
Or sectoral equity?
No. Civil servant. No. I'm a civil
Okay, then
servant.
my next thing has to do with wrongful dismissal. What is in your policy concerning wrongful dismissal? And
Uh,
where do you stand right now?
Actually, I don't want to dwell on the issue of my dismissal. The CSA is already handling that. The last time I checked, they wrote that we are meeting there 11 on Tuesday. I don't want to dwell on my dismissal. Jesus Caesar said something. He said, those things that concern Caesars shall be served the last. The issue about dismissal is about Paul Tauber. The issue about Grand Gedeh land is about the Republic of Liberia. It's about Liberia. Whether I'm related or not, I think my interest has to do with what belongs to Liberian should be given to them fairly. Liberians should be treated with respect, especially when it comes to our indigenous people. That's my concern. The issue of my dismissal is being handled. It will be handled.
Now, in your opinion,
Yeah.
The Minister of Justice represented by the judiciary here. One of your commissioners, the head of administration, Ministry of Internal Affairs, the superintendent. Who is in the wrong? According to the code of conduct government public official, I wish I know that you are part of.
Thank you.
Code of conduct.
So let me answer you this way. The husband and wife, they live in a home. The husband went and grabbed the next child in the house, lock the door, and the wife get the child. Both husband and wife, who will be found guilty? Both of them. The man brought the child, the woman killed the child. Both of them are guilty for murder. I'm sure when they are brought before a court of competent jurisdiction, that the land authority chairman can be wrong for signing a deed and the superintendent for leasing the land. That the superintendent is wrong for leasing and the land authority chairman is not wrong for giving a fraudulent deed, the leasing of the land. I believe both of them cook this meal together. They cook it together. Cook the meal, they dish out the meal, and they eat together. All right? So because food is the scent of the food is not causing problem. Nobody say no, I jumped on the food, I didn't cook it. No, they cook together. When the land chairman pour the salt, the superintendent pour the pepper. When the land chairman pour the fish, it was the superintendent. So they both cook this meal together. If the meal is not good, both are responsible for cooking a bad meal.
Now, I didn't hear you talking about. I didn't hear you talking about the deem of forbidden. The deem of forbidden.
Yeah.
So due diligence. I'm not seeing where the question, not specifically for you now, but I'm asking for. The commissioner signed on the 8th. The commissioner signed on the 8th of July.
Yeah.
The surveyor went to survey the land on 10.
Yeah.
The clerk of the province they signed. The ambassador to the president by jury, who is adjudicating cases for government in this country, specifically the country authority.
Yeah.
Was serving as a PRO during that ceremony.
a PRO during that ceremony.
He signed, and then he said the deed was illegal. The transaction was illegal.
He signed, and then he said the transaction was illegal.
In your opinion, why? I know that you have the PRO for the code, but based upon your experience,
based upon your experience,
as the still passing over the year,
Yeah.
was it not appropriate that the code is also rejecting the deed?
Was it not appropriate that the code is also rejecting the deed?
The court should have done such. I agree with you. The court should have done such. Normally, the court don't look for cases. The court is brought before them. However, we get to the court. I agree. The deed carry futures, signatures, and all of those things are on the deed. The judge, the court wisdom, if the court got time to verify the deed, she will have noticed the discrepancy. She will have noticed the discrepancy that the land authority signing the deed before the land was even surveyed. He will have seen the discrepancy. He will also note the deed that the one deed is carrying two different grantees, Grand Gedeh County Local Government Reserve farmland, and in the close of the deed, Mo Agro Incorporated. Two different grantees. In fact, any time from now, I expect Mo Agro and Grand Gedeh Local Government Reserve to start fighting what that 900 acres because I two people get a deed. So the court should have also done due diligence. But most often, the court will rely on the expertise of the technician. They want to court when their land matters, when the court referred to land authority in land case, and our surveyor did the survey and submitted the report to the court. The judge is not a technician. Based on the survey, the technical report, the court will land authority survey informed decision. My understanding, it was for the fact that the chairman of land authority signed this deed. Now, and forward the deed. Now, let me say this to you. Even after the judge signed and the clerk signed, it was brought back to the very land authority for registration. It was brought back to the very land authority because until a deed is proper and register, it's not a deed. All right. So the judge signed it, sent it back to land authority. It was land authority business again to verify the deed for the last time. So the land authority, we are the one now responsible to register all these in Liberia. No more the archives. It's done by land authority. So even when the judge did sign, it came back to Chairman Pakio. It came back to the land authority chairman. He gave it to register it. Where
Okay, let me go you there.
to detect the error in the deed.
Okay, let me go you there.
Yeah.
When do we have the issue of transfer?
We have
always
the
the
issue
talking about
for
transfer.
transfer deed. About transfer deed.
Now that we have, land authority give it to
local government,
or somebody in between local government not giving it
or
to
somebody
another
local government
business
not giving it to another business group.
Yeah.
was there any transfer deed
Was there
in between
any transfer deed in between the door
or CEO? I don't
Thank
know
you.
what
I don't know what any families have an idea on any transfer.
So the first thing I want you to know, all these are transfer deed. All these are transfer deed. When you hear transfer deed, it means from one person, from one group to the other. The type of deed you issuing, all these are transfer deed. Like the development grant deed are transfer deed from the government of Liberia to Grand Gedeh local government farmland. So all these are transfer deed first of all. All right. So when you had, what you want to know now, after this deed was issued, was there another deed that was used for another transaction? Is that your question?
Yeah, that is my take.
Yeah, that is my take.
Yeah. So To that question, when this deed was issued, this development grant deed, when it was issued, the next thing that took place in our possession was a lease agreement signed with the Burkinabe, a lease agreement. Everyone was now using this deed as their reliance. This is the deed that was used as their legal instrument to now lease the land in the county. This development grant deed. Because
Okay, then I want to also
with this
let me go
development
there.
grant deed,
Let me go with that.
I'm not seeing anything that has to do with labor
I'm not seeing anything that has to do with labor revenue because
in my opinion, if you are taking the D after registration and what have you, now the D is taken to LRA to do the registration. I don't see government taxes being paid. I don't know whether that sheet is somewhere around or somebody is here to pay.
Hello? Mr. Tower, are you there?
I think
Hello?
Mr. Tower has some network difficulties.
Yeah, I want to believe that. Mr. Tower, are you there? Okay, while we are waiting Mr. Tower to come back, I think he dropped. So while we are waiting him to come back, we'll be looking at the issue you just raised concerning the court. I think that affected the how they call him? The county.
Yeah. The county attorney,
The county attorney.
The then county attorney for Grand Gede.
Yeah. I think that affected him for the fact that he was relocated. So if for whatever reason that he was relocated to another county, then the government is aware of what happened in county was not right. So if it's not right for which they relocated the county attorney, and why are they not taking action on the others who are involved? I would say 100%. Because you look at the land commissioner, who is heading a whole agency, who have violated almost all the law that they have in place. Then added the superintendent. Then the county attorney came and fetched a signature on that document. But the only thing the county attorney fought for which they transfer him. I don't know what tools or investigation they used for which they relocated the county attorney, but then now the superintendent, they stay under investigation according to him. Because when I spoke with him, he said he was under investigation. He don't want to speak on the platform because he's still undergoing investigation. So we got yet to get back to him to see whether the investigation is over or not yet. Then we'll come down to the commissioner who have violated all of these things. And now, according to the information, he was awarded, yesterday by the president for a good job for violating the moratorium, for selling people land that he had no clue of, for sending Burkinabe in a county that is already a local here with Burkinabe. There's a lot that he did, but they are not seeing it now. So we're hoping, to talk with the court in county to see what the position on this issue. Because if it is so that they are well, or the commissioner or the commission has forfeited a deed that it gave to them that is signed, what is the position?
Now, CEO, let me just bring your attention to this point. What I foresee that is happening around here, not just for the Ministry of Justice. She took a swift decision. Yes, policy why the country attorney, who's supposed to be the government representation here, adjudicating cases of government, will say, I did not read the document and they are signed. I think even the old lady somewhere around GIA will tell you, say, they will can't trust you to be here in Grand Gedeh adjudicating cases. What happened if your decision was to sentence somebody to lifetime imprisonment? And what happened in the past? It means that this thing has been going on here. Now, so Ministry of Justice can say, okay, let's say why we can take a decision to transfer you from the place because you say after signing that this particular document that you signed was illegal. So why will you be signing illegal document as a judicial personnel? Somebody who's supposed to be interpreting the law to people, and you sign a document later on you say the document is illegal. And what happened next door to our sister county, before the county attorney is entering welcome to River D, goodbye to Grand Gedeh County, the civil society organization, that was my disappointment with the civil society organization. Yeah, I don't know as to whether there is somewhere, somehow, a press release or a statement, joint statement from the civil society network in Grand Gedeh concerning what is happening here. I'm here to see that document, maybe somewhere, somehow. Now, the civil society network in River G has issued a joint statement declaring vote of non-confidence in the man. And in fact, the track record was not based upon Grand Gedeh initially. They were looking at him from Grand Bassa, other places, other counties that he's been serving, now reducing it or coming down to Grand Gedeh County. So that decision is yet to be taken in the future to come by our civil society networking. You know, your inability to do sometimes the right thing. Sometimes people can link it to something that you have no idea of. The next thing has to do with the court. The clerk of the court signed, the judge signed. So are you saying that they were not looking at the document? Because if you look at the deed, you will get to know that the commission signed, the commissioner signed on the 8th of July. The private surveyor signed on the 10th of July. And I think the law from the president, according to our friend from the Lagos Land Authority, the then dispute director, or how you call it. Now people should be aware of executive decision. I think the people in the court, they are aware, in my mind, that there's a moratorium, or how you call it, on land sale in this country, more especially for public land. So are the people at the court not also aware of that? Is the county attorney telling us that he was not aware of that pronouncement by the president, for which that he is signing, or the process at the court, the procedures that at the court were going through, or that the deal went through? Are they not aware of the decision by the president? Because when the president says something, it becomes policy statement in the country. So there is the law on land sale, public land sale, by the president in time past. Now nobody saw that. The next thing I want to also ask on, who is creating a notification for this landing question? Was the superintendent going to the commissioner and say, we have a government land in the government reserve fund land in Grand Gedeh County, via chosen by location? Or the commissioner is the one who is telling the superintendent, we have investors somewhere around, and then the investor is looking for some 500 acre land to do business. Can you give me 900 acre of land in Grand Gedeh County that it belong to government? I can give you a deed. Is that how the transaction initially started? Because there was no stakeholder engagement at all.
That question will be coming to the superintendent, because I don't think the commission in Grand Gedeh, even if he knows there's a land there, you know, but we will get to that question to the superintendent.
Yeah, but the commissioner has a representation in Grand Gedeh. The branch office or the county office of the Labrador Land Authority. So even if the superintendent, sorry, I'm not the PRO, I don't think I can be the PRO for the superintendent because I don't want to take somebody's job. I don't want to take somebody's job this evening.
Okay. So saying I want to take somebody's job, let's leave it like that until we can get to the court. And you know, you down there, we want you to get to the court and know who is in charge so we can get them on this platform to hear the side of the story. And we'll stay engaged the superintendent if he done with his hearing, whatever time, so he will be, and you know, get on this platform to tell the Gregadian what really happened. I think Mr. Tower is back.
Okay, can I finish up so that I can go?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead for Mr. Tower.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. I think that was a very nice discussion. It's just that I had some other stuff to do. So I will just make my last statement here. I think we're going through a lot of involvement in Grand Gedeh. Okay, there are so many mistakes made by superintendent, by the land commissioner agents in Grand Gedeh, and also the land commissioner himself. So I mean,
before you continue on, let me hold you. Why the land commission agent fought in this in Grand Gedeh that you see?
Oh, the land agent commissioner connive with the superintendent to sign the last document, the document that he signed with Bubu Siba. So this land, the commissioner himself for the whole Republic of Liberia made some suspension, also dismissal. Okay, but he himself too, he has problems. He has his hands in the cookie jar. So I'm just trying to say here that there have been a lot of
before you continue, if the local land authority guy in Grand Gedeh have seen that deed of 900 acres and the superintendent say, okay.
Oh, what happened to him? You can hear me? Hello?
I think something went wrong.
Okay. Yeah, let me jump. So what I was saying was that, okay, we are everybody making mistake in that place. It seems to be all of them don't know what they are doing. Okay, the superintendent himself. Okay, they have a mission. Their mission is to what? To enrich themselves through either selling or leasing the people land. Okay, you can't take tribal land, communal land, and because you are a superintendent appointed by the president, you go ahead and connive people together, the county attorney, the land agent in the county, and then you cook some kind of deed and you say that 500 acre, whereby originally the thing is 900 acre. So the land commissioner himself, appointed by the president, he himself too, he has some problem too. He got problem with integrity. So this thing here is a lot of things. So we have to dig deeper, and all these people need to go. They all got to be suspended or dismissed. Okay, and action has to be taken, or else these people will keep doing these things. You got to think that it's normal. You see, you can't do that kind of thing in a civilized country. Okay, people can't commit these kind of heinous crimes, and they continue to what? To head the county. You see, they have to. The president need to take action, and that's my problem. That's why we wrote the president over 8 pages. Okay, let's say enlisting all the things that happen in the county, and that what we, the members of the Grand Gedeh Civil Society in the United States, we got together and we were enlisted over 8 pages of things that this guy been doing since he became superintendent. There's so many. Even there was some money he took from the Grand Gedeh accounts to repair the broken fence at the National Palace of Corrections went through. So I cannot even name all on the platform. So the whole thing here, we can keep discussing. At the end of the day, the president need to take action because we already enumerated. We have written in. People have protested. So our work is to be able to what? To tell them what they are doing, what the people he appointed in the county that went there, they are not doing the right thing. And we also suggested that they need to what? Those people need to be elected, even the superintendent, so that the citizen can have power, so they can be in power to choose who they want to lead them. Because you appoint people who goes there and they do things and they think that nobody can do anything to them. So they take advantage of the people. Because land is a heritage. If you don't have land, you are useless. Some of who travel in the Western world, we travel to many countries, and land is very important. Because if you don't have land, you are nothing. Okay, you are poor like a church house rat. So people need to understand. For people back home, I'm speaking to them directly in the eye.
For
You can
people
lease a
back home,
land,
I'm speaking
but
to
you got
them
to make
directly
sure
in the eye.
if you
You can
lease
lease
a
a
land,
land.
at the moment you need to mute your mic.
If
I
you
think
lease a
somebody
land,
has two things
at the
on.
moment you need
My
to
voice
mute
is
your mic.
bouncing.
I think somebody had two things on. My voice is bouncing.
Yeah. So hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's better now.
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your mic.
ahead.
Okay,
Can
that's
you
better
mute
now.
your mic because my voice is bouncing?
Yeah, I think your mic. Can you mute your mic because my voice is bouncing?
Okay. Let me see.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that
Yeah.
we need to do a lot in Grand Gedeh. It seems to be everybody making mistakes. They don't even know what they are doing. They don't know their function. And even if they know their function, their whole aim, their whole operation there is to what? Is to steal as much as they can through what? Crooked dealings. I mean, falsifying papers, fraudulent activities. They can do whatever they want to do because nobody doing check and balance on them. And this is why we make a recommendation to the president, all the things that this guy been doing over 8 pages, so that they can take action against him, either suspend him or transfer him to a different place. If they really want him to serve, because they say he's a very important person in their unity party. So if the party thing, if we continue the party thing, will destroy Liberia. I mean, if you go into a civil law country, the kind of thing can happen. Why would you, as a superintendent for a county, almost like a governor or president for a county, falsify papers and issue deed to a foreigner who is not even a resident or visitor in the county, to give the person a deed, to lease a land to him for 50 years or even 30 years? It's uncalled for, violating all the stipulation, all the rules. You see, these things need to stop, and that's what we need to talk about. Okay, we can talk about it the whole day, but we need to make a recommendation how we can solve this problem. They need to do away with these people. You see, either suspension, dismissal, and bring the right people. Okay, let vet people to be superintendent, vet people to be land commissioners, people who are qualified, people who went to school for these things, and they are vetted with experience, with skills, with expertise. You see, you can't just bring people in the county because they are member of the party. Is that the party thing that will rule Liberia? Then we are doomed. Liberia is still behind. Look at the other countries. We got to learn how to put capable people in place, people who have integrity. You can even be capable, but if you don't have integrity, that's the problem in Liberia. People don't have integrity. Even a little child, you get a little child $10 to go to the market. They use $5 there and buy $5 stuff and say that $10. So the corruption is all over. How do we solve it? We have to be very, very steadfast. We have to take actions. We have to suspend people. We have to dismiss people. We got to incarcerate people, and that's the only way. Because look at Ghana. People are happy about Ghana. It took a long time for Ghana. Jerry Rawlings came. He has to make firm decisions. He got to put his foot down. People eat money, they suspend them, they leave them. So they think that it's a good culture. It's accepted. It's norm. They normalize every bad thing in Liberia. People corrupt, they suspend them, they leave them alone. Look at the oil black they're selling now. One Ghana guy they call Easy. The guy come, buy the oil black, flip it. You see, Liberians could do that. Why would you want to, give businesses to foreigners, whereby Liberians don't have a job? These are some of the things we're talking about. So it's not only Grand Gedeh alone, but we from Grand Gedeh, we got to do a lot. We got so much on your hand. Thank you very much, my friend. You can take it.
Go before you can go. Something I want you to throw light a little bit on, including our friend from the land authority. Firstly, our friend from the land authority. Now, what the law say with regard to the number of years initially that if we are going into an agreement, let's assume that everything went rightly. But then look at the tenure. What was the deed? Was the transaction also in line with the law? 30 years straight? Or we needed to have break it down into a segment. Maybe the first, if the law said maybe the first 5 year or 7 year or 8 year. The 30 year was okay.
I'm not an expert in the liberal law, land law, but what I'm saying, what I'm looking at, it seems to be the guy violated so many stuff. So basically, these are all violations. But the guys who are expert in the Liberal Land Act of 19 or 2000, what 2018? Yeah, I think the guy will, the guy here, he say he's doing law at the Louis Arthur Grand School of Law. I think he will have a little bit of knowledge on that. But basically, I think there are so many things that were violated. But even if the tenure has to be 10 year, 5 year, you have to what? You have to consent people in the jurisdiction, especially in the BI Chidon. The people in Bason district that they got to know. They have to get together. They have to accept it. You have to explain it to the people because these are the people who own the travel land. And that's my answer for that. But I think the guys who have some expertise on the Liberal Land Act, especially the guy here from the Louis Arthur Grand School of Law, I think my friend Torba will expand on that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's see what our friend from our guest from the Labrador Land Authority can also fill or in with that.
Okay.
The issue of the land tenure or the transaction tenure, 30 years straight. Were we unfolding or we were still dancing in the pool of kickback because of corruption?
Yeah, because I mean, anything that is not being done in the beginning, okay, it's not right. So before we even go into the details, the evolving, the beginning, the commencement, the whole, the beginning of the whole thing is wrong. So before we even reach to where you are now, we have to dismiss the whole thing because the whole thing is a fraud.
The the legislature, the caucus, the caucus letter of vote of non-confidence in the superintendent. According to one of our senators, the communication was sent. All members of the caucus signed, sending the communication to the president alone. Mr. President, we are appealing to you. We don't have confidence again in the superintendent. My question on that: where are the oversight? Bison district, BIE Duzon is Bison electoral district, is Bison district. We have a representation there. Where are the caucus members' oversight with regard to your work, your responsibility in Grand Gedeh County?
And that's a good question, my friend. Thank you so much. But you see the problem, the question go back to our own people because they continue to elect people because the person gave them a bag of banana or they gave them a t-shirt or they give them what? A bag of rice or they give them a cup of rice. So because of that, they continue to elect people who does not even have an idea of how the representative or the congressman works. Okay. They have to do oversight. They got to make laws. And that's their function. But it seems to be most of the guys in the House of Legislature, I'm not trying to overlook anybody here, but most of them, they might know, they might not know, but they are not doing their function. So most of the thing they run after is money because they are giving, each representative is giving $100,000 a year for development purposes in their constituency. And then the senator are giving $150,000 every year to do development in their constituencies. So these are some of the things they are chasing. They're not chasing the what? The oversight to make sure that things are going right in the county. They are not making laws to benefit their people. So all what they're doing now, even 2029 hasn't come yet. Some of them started running campaign already. You see, when they go somewhere, they get the poor money, and that's what they look for. I mean, people who know the thing, like some of us when we leave from here, we go there and we want to talk. Even when we talk the whole day, they say that talking will eat. You see, these are things that because they're the one that empower, they are all enablers. They enable the crooked people, they enable people who are false people, fraudster, crooks. These are the people they elect. So what do you expect from a fraudster? The fraudster will go there and do frauds. And before you go look, you finish selling all your land or finish leasing your land for 50, 100 years. And now even I got complaint from some of the villages that when they go to the village and in the night they go hunt, they can't even find meat. They can't find animals. All the animal gone. You see, the Musi people they brought, the people, we can't blame the Musi people too, because they themselves brought those Musi people to Grand Gede. The people are sitting down in Africa, but they go there and get these people. So when the people come, instead of them living in the town with the people, they what? The people congregate in the bushes. So when they go in the bushes, all the animals run away. So our people used to get their food, everything they want from the bush. So when they go hunt in the night, they can't even find animal. Because these Musi people, they are all in the bushes. They can't even find fish. So these are some of the things. So the legislature, according to your question, most of them, they are not doing their job. They're not doing the fact checks. They are not doing their oversight. They are not making laws. All they're concerned about is what? To be re-elected again. And also the money, the $150,000 to go to the Ministry of Finance every day to go and get our money. You see? So they can what? They can be giving for people to go walk to them to say, oh, my child don't have school fee. Oh, I have baby today. Or I want baby top. I mean, that's not your function. That money is to be given to the county so they can do development. All the villages, there's no road. All the villages, they are all what? The roads are all closed. You see? So we pray to God when the yellow machine come, hopefully beginning of next year, if Grand Gede get their own yellow machine, so they can start opening those roads in those villages. So the people get their beta ball, they get their okra, they get their plantain, they can be able to carry it to the market. Because right now, everything is blocked. People are suffering. They're calling people in America for food. How can you sit down on a fertile land and you don't want to make farm, you don't want to make pepper, you don't want to get pepper, you don't want to get plantain, you don't want to make cassava, and then you're calling somebody in America to send you money to buy a bag of rice? And that's the kind of situation we are, my brother.
Development grain without development superintendent, development office. The entire dramatically, I'm not hearing the office of the development superintendent. It is a development grain. Where are we in local government? Development superintendent is out. Development association is ongoing. Where are we?
Yeah, so those are some of the questions.
Yeah,
those are good questions, my brother. Y'all got all these people, they occupy no position in Grand Gede. Y'all need to bring some of those guys on your show. So ask them, Mr. Development Superintendent, what are you doing? What have you achieved so far since you became Development Superintendent? Mr. Superintendent, what are some of the progress you're making? See? So those are good questions because these people are there, they're occupying the position, they're getting paid. So they need to do something. We got to know how much we got in our development budget. How much the Grand Gede get from the fiscal year? What are the development you're doing? Can we know? The citizen has a right. The civil society, I'm sure they got civil society in Grand Gede. They're supposed to be advocating for the people. You see, every county gets a certain amount of money, almost $200,000 a year from the national budget. So that money you're getting, what are you guys doing with it? What development are you doing in the county? So those are very important questions. And these questions y'all need to pose it to the people. Invite the development superintendent, invite the fiscal superintendent, invite all those people within the county so that you can be asking them questions so they can explain what they are doing. If they have challenges, let people know. And then you can be able to go to the International Ministry of Internal Affairs to make sure Grand Gede County got their own fair share. But I'm sure every county get their development funds every year. And that development fund, they got to use it to be able to carry out development. As I was telling you, all the roads are blocked in those villages, in the towns. How can the poor bring the farm to Market Road? To be able to bring their kettle, their cassava, the basic cash crop to the market. so that people can be able to buy. You see? So you have all these roadblocks. How do people do it? So these are some of the things that people are supposed to be doing. But they are not doing it because they give position based on party lines. And the party thing is what getting Liberia backward. Because people cannot get position. You can't get qualified people to take position because what? If you're not a member of the political party, you can't get job. Only people who are what? Who are Unity Party member or people who are CDC member, those are the people who get job during those days. And it's still going on. So Liberia need to graduate from that political party hegemony. Because we had the Congo people hegemony, now we're having political party hegemony. Because you got all the people in Unity Party, those are the people who get position. So some of all here, we don't want like me. When I'm coming to Liberia, I come here bringing my own business. I don't want to work with government. That's why I'm free to say anything. Because I'm not going to go to anybody and say, give me position. No. I'm qualified. I got all the degrees you can name. But I'm not interested in government job. I want law and order in the country. I want basic water, basic services. Look at it. I'm in Kenya. I went to school in Kenya where I did my undergrad. But the people got basic services. They got water system in all their towns. They got electricity. You see, those are basic services. They are not luxury. You see, people get those things. In Botswana, where I worked for 10 years as a teacher, you see, the people got basic services. You see, and these are some of the things that Liberia need to provide. Not everybody want to work with government, but government need to be what? They need to spend more money on security. Yeah? People, somebody can just come in your house and kill you for nothing. Look at in the hospital. I mean, nurses get together and take a child. Look at the kind of thing that happened in the county. The superintendent need to put his foot down and make sure they investigate those people. Those people who are involved in the Qatar, they must be arrested and they should be what? They should be prosecuted and they should be jailed for no more years. So they can stop that kind of thing. That human being, the child is a human being. You can't take somebody's child and sell it. Because as I understood, those things been going on for a long time. It's not just now business. The people have been stealing people's children. And then when they say, when you ask them, they say, oh, your child passed away. If the child passed away, where's the body? And as what the information I've heard that when your child passed away, they can't even give you the body. So that means they sell the child. So those things need to stop, my man. I mean, we live in a digital world. Everything that's happening, we get it. Most of the people got cell phone. They're taking pictures. They're recording people's voices. So our country need to do better. We got people who get positions.
Civil society network for Grand Gedeh County based in the US or in the diaspora. What would be your disappointment if the president still look at Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution that he or she has the right to appoint the superintendent, and that person is working at the way and pleasure of the president? You have written all of the dossier, and then the president said, okay, in fact, throw that to part 13, and then let's move on. What would be your own disappointment as a civil society networking for the betterment of this country, specifically now that you are a Grandidian back to back?
Yeah, my disappointment is in many folds. Okay, my disappointment is that the old man is another politician, because when George Weah was coming, he said you are going to bring the war crime court, and then later on when he got there, the war crime court thing was it was smeared. Okay, the same thing with Boaka. He said when he come, you'll be riding wheelbarrow, but the man bought a Lexus that cost more than $1 million. So politicians, when they want position, they will talk all the nice thing in your ear. Yeah. So even your man Simeon Freeman, he said when you become president, the first day you will arrest and jail Boaka. You see, they say things that people want to hear. So as a whatever chairman or member of the Grand Gedeh Civil Society in the USA, we will keep on fighting. Okay, we'll not lose hope. We'll keep on pressuring the president to take action, because he know what's going on. Because the people protested. Okay, we wrote a lot of letters. We wrote a lot of petition, so that the superintendent, we don't want the man to lose his job. We're not behind him to lose his job, but I don't think he's the right person for the county. Okay, the man is a fraud. I'm sorry to say that. Okay, the man, he said he got a degree. We want to find out he didn't have a degree. That's the first thing. when they appointed him, I think you guys remember. He said he came from the University of what? Ibadan. But when they want to check, he never went to University of Ibadan. He doesn't even have a bachelor's degree. And then he went to the what? Bamagida School of International Studies. He went and registered to
But
be a
but
master
but
student.
but during the confirmation hearing at the Labrador Senate, the superintendent told the Senate he submitted what he submitted.
Yeah, he submitted what he submitted. That's just a talking points. Okay, just to to run away from the main fact. The main fact is that we got a lot of people in the county from the Grand Gedeh County there that don't have no degree, but they lie. The guy who was president for the Grand Gedeh University College, why his name Solomon Jalayu. Jalayu does not have a PhD. You see, but you guys over there, you're calling him doctor. The man was there messing the place up. You see, you are fooling the people. Now you bring another man again. I think that guy, they need to even investigate him. I mean, I refuse to call him a doctor because I've never seen him graduating. He's a nice guy. But for me, I'm not going to call him doctor until I can verify. Aston Yambo, the last time we want to investigate Aston Yambo, he doesn't have a PhD. You see, so you got a lot of people in that county, come from that county that lie. They say they got degree. They don't have a doctorate degree. Why people lie? And you're dead. Most of the children in that county, they say they go to school, they got internet, they can't do research. Huh? Why you can't do research? You call the university, they'll tell you. As a Inabo say he graduated from some kind of university in California, we check, it never existed. And he say you're a doctor, and people calling him doctor. Are you guys, I don't know what happened to our people. So these are things that are keeping the county backward. We have to investigate. You got to ask questions. Asking questions does not mean that you are stupid. No. So we have a lot of bookers that lead in the county, and that's why the county is backward. That's why people look at Grand Gedeh to be backward. Because people say they go to school, but they're not using their senses. They don't using their knowledge. I mean, people backing George. What George we had to do? What did he do for Grand Gedeh? And people there, when you talk about anything about George Weah, they want to kill you. Because the only thing I see is that because George Weah didn't go to school, he's not well educated. So I can see George Weah in my own shoe. Because I didn't go to school. Most of the people, I think that the main reason most of our people backing George Weah, because they feel that George Weah come from the same place they come from. They can see George Weah in their shoes. But not that George Weah did anything for them. You see? So our people need to ask questions. They need to talk about these things. Integrity is very important. Our old people, before they went to Africa, they have integrity. They question things. They are not belly-driven. Today, we got a lot of young people who are belly-driven. They say they don't want Zopenu, but when Zopenu get up tomorrow and get somebody $10, then they will start what? They will start, yelling. They become town crier going all around Zopenu. What Zopenu did for you? The man been in the house for more than 20 years. What kind of development you can look at in Grand Gedeh? He says Zopenu. Has he even built a school? Look at the other guys, and even though they are corrupt, Prince Moyi then, those guys, Thomas Fala then, look at in their counties. They're doing a lot of things. Prince Johnson, even though Prince Johnson was a notorious killer, but the guy built a university in Nimba. What are people doing? All the money they've been giving, imagine, if you're a senator, you're getting $150,000 US dollar a year. The man being what? He been representative for more than 15 years. He been senator now for almost 4 years. What has he done? Or when somebody had a baby, he buy a baby top. He said that my own strategy to buy a baby top, to give somebody a cup of rice. That's not development. You see, these are some of the things we're talking about. So y'all need to wake up and ask questions. By going to Battle Gen and all those places then to look for gold, it's not the answer. You got to go to school, learn. The schools are there. You in Grand Gedeh, according to research, most of the children in schools in Grand Gedeh that they are different people. You find Nibayans, Grebo children, and all those different Madingos. The Grand Gedeans themselves, they don't like to go to school. They go to Battle Gen to go look for gold and diamond, short term, and they are riding motorbikes. So we need to do a lot of work to encourage our people to go to school. It's nothing. It's not bad to do motorbike stuff to look for little small thing. But after that, you go to school. Even you can go to night school and learn something. Because if you don't have knowledge, people will take advantage of you. That's what's happening. You go and lease your land to Burkinabe, and then the little money you get, you go buy a motorbike. After 6 months, the motorbike
After
spoil.
6 months, the
Then you
motorbike
don't have no
spoil.
land.
Then you don't have
You
no
see?
land.
So those are some
You
of the
see?
things we're talking
So
about.
those are some of the things we're talking about.
You see? And then you calling your
You
brother
see?
and sister
then
in
you calling your
America,
brother
please
and
send
sister
me
in America, please send me
buy a bag of rice.
buy a
I
bag
mean,
of
you're
rice.
sitting on the
I mean,
fertile
you're
land
sitting
and you
on the
asking someone to
fertile
buy a
land
bag
and
of
you
rice
asking
for you?
someone to buy a bag of rice for you?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
So these things, my brother,
So these
the
things, my
question you
brother,
asked me
the question you
about
asked
your
me about
assistant
your
superintendent for development
assistant
and all those
superintendent for
people, the
development,
fiscal
all the people, the
development
fiscal
superintendent,
development
you need to
superintendent,
invite those people to
you
your
need to
studio
invite those people
and
to your
ask them
studio
question. What
and
are you
ask
doing?
them
What is
question. What are
status
you
of
doing?
the development
What
in
is
the studio?
status of the development in the
Yeah, bring them to the studio and
Yeah,
ask them
bring them to the
questions.
studio and
Critical
ask them
question, hard
questions.
questions.
Critical question, hard questions.
So we need to do more, my man.
So
We
we
got
need to
so
do
much,
more, my man. We
in
got
Grand
so
Gedeh.
much, in Grand Gedeh.
Yeah. So thank
Yeah. Finally.
As it relates, you asked a question, how long can government lease out a parcel of land? According to the Land Right Act, Article 2, Chapter 7 and 8, it says that we cannot lease a land out for more than 50 years. It cannot exceed 50 years, according to the Act. All right? So for where a particular land should fall within years and not more. That is why within the Act. All right? But as it relates to this land, you cannot, and I will say that again, you cannot lease out a land that is given to you on a development grant. You cannot. Whoever happens to be the grantee on a development grantee, you are the one under obligation to carry on whatever development for which you requested that land. It's wrong to use a development grantee given to you to build a school, for example, and you take the land, then you lease it out to a second party. No, it's absolutely wrong. You can't do that. It's wrong. The next thing is, let us agree the land was leased out to the Burkinabe. Where is the money? How much of this money went to government revenue? You guys in Grand Gedeh need to trace the money. Let us show us the revenue received. Was there any money deposited in the revenue after you leased out the land? Did you do so? We already know it is clear that the land was leased out without the involvement of the community. I mean, the elders. They are not aware. The land was leased out without their knowledge. They by no way approve any land be given out to the Burkinabes. Those who were entrusted to lead by the president, the superintendent, the land authority chairman, they did the cooking of this food. They cooked this food. The chiefs and elders are like surprised like you and I. They don't know how it went about. But let whoever leased out the land tell us how much was placed into government covers if they leased out this land. How much? 150,000. Yeah.
There was a transaction between the Senate government and Tonto. And then that transaction was for the amount of, $90,000. For Tonto to build a station, the gas station that we did.
Yeah.
Central to West. Now, according to the government revenue procedure, 10% of that amount, government should be deposited. So the Senate government did that. They deposited the 9,000 in government revenue.
They deposited the 9,000. So they want 150,000 now. I show you that will bring people here to see whether the government benefited from that transaction. But there should be government portion of it that should be going in government development account by LRA. So just to inform you on the total situation as a case study, but like now,
how do you determine how much of a proportion for government? How do you determine that?
No, 10% withholding tax. That's why
10% go to government?
Yeah, 10% withholding tax from that particular transaction.
Okay.
So LRA took 9,000. So the 9,000.
And then how much the superintendent take?
No. I will not tell you the 90,000 minus 9,000. I think it's something around 81,000.
Yeah, 81,000.
Yeah, where the 81,000 went, sorry. So the government will have to tell us, oh yeah, the 9,000, I mean the 81,000 went to A, B, C, and D. Maybe they did some project, maybe they were deposited, but
those information got to be available.
No, they were available. They were available around here. That was done in the past regime, the early last regime. So early last regime was the time the transaction went on. Because when I went to local government in this CDC regime, I was in the position as the fiscal affairs superintendent, and then I checked the directory, and then I saw that. So I was just giving you a case study that when this transaction, whenever this transaction happened, the government has some portion of it. So this 150,000 in question, I don't know whether the money upon signing, because I know it's some transaction. When the contract is made, there are stipulation of the payment, even the advance payment. They will tell you upon signing the contract, this amount is paid. Say it's over the period of 10 years. I don't know whether that agreement calls for flat down payment of the 150,000 or in the period of 10 years. The 450,000 will be paid, or maybe 25,000 will be paid on and on like that until maybe in the next 9 years, then the balance money will be paid, or the 150,000 will be paid at once. That I'm here to know. Maybe from our funding, we'll get to know some of the documents and to see how best we can relate that again to the public. But I was just giving you a scenario on a case study between the local government or maybe government or Liberia revenue.
Yeah.
Even your house, if you even build a shop or you even have your land, when the deed is processed, they will still tell you to go to LRA to pay government revenue on that particular land without house. And when the house is on it, the LRA people they will come and value the property and tell you how much you should be paying in government cover at the end of every year. So I know that transaction should have a government portion of it. The LRA people will sometime in the future to come.
You say you know or you assume?
No, what I'm saying, I'm telling you that the LRA people, upon our invitation in the shortest distant future to come, I know that they will tell us. They will tell us about that transaction. Either they know, or maybe they don't know, or maybe they have received, or maybe they are yet to receive government portion of it. Because right now we can, if I take the LRA, they receive, then it's like I'm the PRO, I don't want to be the PR for LRA Grand Gedeh County because somebody will be going to join.
but thank you, my brother. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys, and I hope next time we'll come up and then we'll have a very good discussion. But thank you very much, Mr. Omega and you, and I hope to meet you guys next time so that we can have a very good discussion. But thanks so much.
Thank you, Honorable Yonle. We appreciate your time as well.
Okay.
All right. So what, Mr. Tower? Tower need to come back. We're not done yet. Well, it's late on that side. I know. First and foremost, we are sorry for all the break-in. Our IT guy is out of state, and we decided to have this show because this show has been way long overdue. So we decided to have it today, and then we got technical issue. So that's why we are going off and on, and we got a lot of stuff. You see the formation set, we're not even set yet. But again, want to show you that next Saturday, everything will be set. We'll be coming on the full blast. please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Voice of Gede. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. And I hope that you in Grand Gede, you are listening to this conversation here, because it's because of you that Voice of Gede is here. Like we say, we are the voice of the people, we are the voice of the voiceless. We can't side with no one. We decided to bring you this information because it's very important, so that you can know. You heard the brother speaking here. You heard all the violation that he counted. So, okay, he's coming back. Yeah, Mr. Tower, welcome back. Thank you again. We can't tell you how grateful we are that this kind of time in Liberia, you're still recharging to be able to give us information that is virtual to this platform and the Nigerian community.
Yeah.
So I know we anticipated holding you for 2 hours. We hold you over 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Mr. Thomas, can you mute your mic, please?
So what we're going to do here now, we're going to appeal to you, not actually appealing to you, but to get your parting statement, and we will go around, and we will still be happy to have you on this platform again, because we want to engage the code down there and see where they stand. If possible, when we come in here, we'll also invite you, so you guys can be able to tell us where things fall short. So we appreciate you now. We'll give you maybe 10 minutes for your parting comments.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me commend Grand Gede for their patience, for their effort in making sure their voices are heard. Stand that apples and believe the government is working hard to show that my apples I collected them aside. I think in any way, government is going to ignore the cry of the dead. Land matters are very much important. If we are not careful, the next war will fight God as the result of land. And so it is frustrating to have people who are trusted by the president to carry on the function to get involved into these activities to enrich themselves. At the same time, I know they are not surprised, because most often our officials have a kind of system that says it's all about I, me, and myself. I know in the soonest time possible, justice will be served. I want them to believe in the system, to be patient. We know what they are going through. Nobody's above the law. The man, whether the president's son, president nephew, president this, nobody's above the law. We elected people into office of this country, and we have to hold their feet to the fire. So I say thank you to the poor Grand Gede for crying foul, for asking government to come to the rescue. I believe in President Boakai. I believe in his leadership. I know in the possible time he will come to the issue and the cry of the Grand Gede. I have seen Boakai lashing at his officials for doing the wrong thing. This case, nobody is going to be an exception. Liberia is nobody's farm. It belongs to all of us.
That's Liberia again. The internet, Lone Star, Orange.
Distribution of this nation. Not one person But there's a bigger, your superintendent is the squirrel in the transaction, Baku is the elephant in the transaction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The squirrel and the elephant,
and the end,
they are working together.
they are working
to sell
together
Grand Gedeh
to
County.
sell Grand Gedeh County.
Thank you, Mr.
So,
Towo.
Thank you, Mr. Towo.
Big ball one, big ball two, big balls one, big
Ball
ball
one,
two.
big ball two, ball two.
Boy, yeah, that Burkina B one, Burkina B two.
Yeah, Mr. Towo, like you said, we
Mr. Towo,
appreciate
like
your
you said, we
time.
appreciate your time.
Now it's after almost,
Nice.
it's going to
After
10 o'clock
almost,
in
it's going to 10
Liberia.
o'clock in Liberia.
Yeah, after 10.
And you are still on,
And
you are still on the phone with
you are still
us.
on the phone with us.
Now phone, let's say on this platform. Thank
Still
you.
on this platform. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We can tell how grateful we are.
How grateful we are.
Like I said, we're going to place a call
Like I
to
said, we're
the
going to place
coach
a call to the coach
and see whether they can
and see if they can
avail themselves on this
avail
platform.
themselves on this platform.
And then we'll be calling you
And
here
then we'll
too.
be
So
calling you here too. So
we'll get to hear
we'll get to hear
from the coach and where you
from
stand.
where you stand.
Again, thank you. We'll listen to
Thank you.
we'll listen to
We'll
the
listen
parting comment of
the
our
parting
crew
comment
in
of
station
our
there.
crew in station there.
The crew in studio.
The crew in the studio.
We want to get your parting comments.
Get your parting comments.
You are muted. You gotta unmute yourself.
Muted. You gotta unmute yourself.
Please unmute yourself. Honorable City. Your internet freezing. Your internet go by plenty change. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all. Thank our studio guests, our platform guests, Honorable Towo, Honorable Boo Yonley, Honorable Dowa came in, but I think probably at work or basically was installed, so he was not able to participate. Honorable Gessin Jerome didn't show up. I think he got some engagement. But again, thank you for playing the listening role. Thank you for watching. We are sorry today we're not able to accept calls for people to contribute because, like I said, I'm practicing and I'm learning this. My IT man travels, so that's why you see what we're going through. We are going through what we're going through. But we can assure you that we will get there soon. We are learning. It's a learning process. But thank you. Continue to follow, subscribe, and we will get there. Thank you all. And we hope to talk to you on Saturday next week with some other edition. Probably we might get the superintendent if he available, or we'll contact the court to see whether they can avail themselves to come and give us some clarity or explanation regarding this land. As we all know, I think we are listening to something that is very surprising. We were anticipating, or we are aware of, the 500-acre of land, but now we are hearing it's 900-acre of land, and the 900-acre of land have been reduced to 500 by the superintendent, Honorable Chesia Grant. We don't know what the balance 400 gone. But again, we'll get to know as time go by. And we just got to know that the commissioner for the agency not even close with the authority to do what he did. So there are a lot of, I don't want to say mistake, but there are a lot of dirty activities that went on regarding the whole land issue. So if possible, we'll get to the minister, the commissioner himself, to get his side of the story as well. Because we don't want to sit here, but according to the document that was read, we saw the commissioner signature. So whether it was falsified, we got to hear from him. Or whether he did that himself, we got to also hear from him regarding that. So we'll try to engage him this week. And if he allow us, we'll get him on the platform. If not, we'll engage the court as well. The 7 judicial court in Grand Gedeh County, to see whether they can award all the time to be here too, to explain to us what went wrong, what went good, what went bad. Thank you all, and bye for now. Voice of Gede, the voice of the people and the voice of the time. Bye.